was so looking forward to having that be the opening. I was so damn proud of it when I made it, but my boomer ass forgot to make it 16:9 to spread it out to fill the whole fucking screen. God damn it.
This is
no.
Welcome to
We're going with the
Welcome to Vets Talking, everybody. Yeah. Welcome to Skinemax Saturday. The fucking opening was great. I'm still more fond of the old HBO thing. I didn't watch so much of the Cinemax, but I thought that was great. I was really damn proud of that. But nonetheless, we're here. We're going to have a fun time because this is the laid back stream. I'm on hour number 5 of talking on streams today with stream number 3 in a row. I haven't seen any fucking football today. And I guess we're already going to get age restricted since I started cursing right out the back, but I don't fucking care. I'm not making money off this stuff right now. Welcome, everybody. Let's go around the horn. We'll start off with our non-vets down on the bottom with Mr. Dermy Wermy. How you doing, buddy? Happy Saturday.
Hi. Well, you've been streaming now for like 5 hours. I've been streaming now for about 4, maybe 4.5 hours. So I'm alive. I'm here. I'm ready to get roasted because I'm just the punching bag, so... Hi.
You're the most lovable punching bag ever.
At least he knows his role.
I know. And
you got a pretty mouth.
Raster has a thing. Yeah, you guys have this thing for my mouth for some reason, and hashtag me too. You guys forced me to do it last week.
You got a party mouth.
The devil made him do it.
Hot.
Uh-oh, boy.
Well, you know what?
Getting there all nice and deep like.
Wait, that's the wrong one. Shit.
Speaking about being evil, devil made me do it. Oh, there she is. Go ahead, devil.
Made me do it. Nalik 3 on the Twitter. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Welcome, buddy. And starting off with our first military vet, Raster Caster, the dark one. How you doing?
Yes. Hey. I wonder if he was going to make that correction. The vets on the top and the non-vets on the bottom. Nope, I'm Raster from Raster Caster, and I am happy to be here. And I do hail from the Air Force back in the day. The superior of all the divisions.
Well, the happiest for sure.
Yes. You've seen our women.
You got that, yeah. You win on that, and you live on. You win on the lifestyle in general when you have air-conditioned tents, even.
Yes,
when we were still living
technologically superior. I like how I can say this, and I have the whole top panel not say a word. They're like, "Yep, he's right." Yeah.
You sound like some sort of pampered rich kid. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's what the Air Force is. They're the pampered rich kids of the military.
Yes.
That's what we call them, the chair force.
100%.
Aim low, yes. Chair force.
But I was
we'll rip on that.
I was the dumb one because I actually worked on the flight line. I was not the chair force. I'm the one that actually had to work.
Yeah, you guys are just jealous of Top Gun Maverick.
Now that's Navy.
Let me say this right. Let me say this right now. I want to get this out of the way. Anybody thinks that pilots have cool call signs like that are fucking kidding themselves. They have the most embarrassing nicknames ever.
What's an example? That's on the top of your head.
Like.
All right, the commander. His call sign was Tinker. His last name was Bell.
You don't
now imagine being a squadron commander, and that's your call sign. He was a cool dude.
That's
he was
fantastic.
A cool dude, awesome guy, great pilot. But yeah,
man, give yourself a blowjob there,
Tinker.
why don't you? I always knew you were a fairy.
Jesus.
All right, moving on to the Army. Ryan from Legion Games 2076.
Well, cheers
Hail,
for
brother.
having me here. Yeah, no, hail. It's great to be here. I'm excited to talk about apparently Twitter drama and the most important thing of the night, how good Velma is. It's so good. It's so good that I can't stop laughing at the cringe. I do have a clip to share though, and you won't get claimed because trust me, I've made a video and did it on live stream last night. But it's probably the only thing about the show I've ever actually liked.
can't wait for season 2.
Oh, there'll be season 2.
Oh yeah,
and see Mindy Kaling's Trump endorsement.
Oh God, not Frosk. Why?
I love using OBS.
Okay. Can we get an actual decent picture of Frosk where she has like just a slightly shoulder lever hair where she looks slightly okay?
You just made an
you know,
oxymoron, my dude. A decent
feel like-
picture of Frost.
There
I
is a
feel like
decent
we
picture.
had I feel like we had a stream about this, Soldier, where I said there was a decent picture of Frost. I hunted for it, could never find it, and I don't remember what stream that was on.
I hunted Rob.
I hunted Rob. I hunted for Toby Maguire's dick.
Should have saw that one coming.
I think it might be one of those Mandela effect things where we think it exists, but it doesn't. We want it to exist.
I can put in the private.
I would love to talk Mandela
Here,
effect
how about
sometime.
this?
That would be a fun. Okay, that's a good one. I like
There we
that.
go.
There,
We thought-
here's Bimbo Power.
We
Oh
thought
yeah,
we-
that's not.
We thought we saw a good picture of Frosk, but it was actually just a picture of Machine Gun Kelly, singer, and that's all it is.
You know what? Actually, you should just use that as a thumbnail. Just use that and everything with no context. Just say it's Frost.
We need you to find the difference between these two. They're the same picture.
Exactly.
Moving on to our resident Marine. Hoorah! Pope Metallicus, how are you?
How's it going, boys? Good to be back.
Yeah,
If you
buddy.
want
Can't
him
wait
to
to
read
talk
any
all
of the
the
chat.
What you been
fun
up to?
stuff, like contract negotiations and shows that make me want to go smack myself in the dick with a sledgehammer.
Things that
I
make
didn't
you
know wanted
go.
to
Ugh.
And just for people in the chat, if you really want Pope to actually read them to respond, keep it to a 5-character minimum. He is a Marine.
And in space, little
Draw it in
color
crayon.
between.
Yes.
You're just jealous of Top Gun Maverick. See, now it works. See, got it right.
Listen. We all know that in the future, Pope up there is going to be bred into war and is just going to go die on the battlefield somewhere.
What do you mean in the future?
Space Marine?
The funny part is the Space Force actually has a Marine detachment now, and all of us got really excited. I'm like, I swear to God, if you're handing out chain swords, I will re-enlist tomorrow.
The kicker was that there was no return trip.
Right.
Well, I mean, storming.
And your first
storming
duty
the,
station's the moon.
I was gonna say.
I've seen Starship Troopers.
We were just talking about that on Stephen Wallen's show. If they got a Space Marine detachment, I might actually want to join the Marines. I'd be down for that.
If they're handing out smart guns and/or bolters and chain swords, I am in. Like, sign me up. I will tear up my duty 214 tomorrow.
Fuck yeah.
I'm doing my part.
I just went.
All right, I'm doing my part as a.
What?
So what?
What the fuck
I'm
is this?
doing my part. Loses train of thought.
Oh, why'd you do that?
Oh,
Because I'm an awful human being.
that must be Space Force deployment hot.
Oh, okay. I have to ask. Does she keep
Spaceable.
her shoes on?
Space.
Yes.
Okay, if
I
she-
got a decent picture of Samus for that one.
If she,
As long as she still has the boots on, I'm down.
yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I don't need none of that funk. That's never mind.
How about this funk?
Moving on. Oh, come on.
But why, Jimmy? Why?
Again,
Bring it back up.
I want the power.
You're a bad person.
I know I am. I never said I was a good person. Now did I?
Of course not. You're on this
Okay.
stream.
That's good.
I got news for you.
Yeah. I've already gone down that road.
He's like
Several times.
Just like clicking buttons.
Me? Oh, or him?
He's like, what button does this?
That was timed so well.
I just wanted a random rim shot. I found that. Like, oh yeah, I gotta get the kid falling included on that. That's so fucking great. All right, okay. I gotta make some announcements. So let me move on. I am Soldier Spirit. I am your host. You can find me Soldier Spirits on the Twitters. I really don't care too much about that because I want you to subscribe to this channel and find Vets Talking on Rumble because we want to get on Rumble and do live streams over there so we can talk free with that Mama Susan smacking us on the booty and not letting us say what we want to say. So look up Vets Talking, drop the G, and you'll find me. Find us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. All that good stuff. And I really wanted to get to this because next Tuesday is when we're starting more guests on Vets Talking Tuesday, 7:45 Eastern, here on Vets Talking. Our host next week will be Hollywood Scholar, who is one of our hosts, one of our guests on the meme stream on Legion of Memers a couple weeks ago. After that, here's the big announcement. The one, the only Comics Division is going to be on Vets Talking Tuesday at 7:45 on the 31st. He has been so gracious to come on. I don't even know how or why I had it in my mind to even ask him, but he blew me away when he actually said yes. So don't make a joke about blowing me away, Raster. But so come and check out Vets Talking Tuesday, 7:45. Go ahead. Do it.
Yeah, I was going to leave it alone. I was just going to say you just made a sweet offer some nice platform shoes for him.
And now he'll never come on this show.
That's what I'm here for. I make things worse.
And we'd have it no other way. What the fuck do you just keep on pulling on him?
What the
Dermy?
hell? Oh, I saw that. Oh, it's so terrible.
It was so
like-
weird.
God, that is.
It's nightmare fuel. It was pure nightmare fuel.
If that's not fake, I worry about our world.
It's fake, but it's also no. Okay, so the butt cheeks
It's fake,
are-
but it's also not.
They're fake
tried to hold in
asses,
that fart?
but they're unreal people.
I hate this planet.
Unreal people who really want that.
And
while they're wearing that, they're also wearing masks, so they're keeping everybody safe.
every day I identify more with Professor Farnsworth. I don't
Yeah.
want to live on this planet anymore.
I fully understand that.
Here's a question. How do you can she lay on her back when she's going to bed? I'm just saying, is it just basically
No way.
She's like the
trying
elephant
to sit
man.
on like a yoga ball or whatever while you're trying to sleep?
She's got beach balls in her buttholes.
She's like the elephant man. If she lays down, she dies.
It's like these weirdo chicks that have giant enormous breasts, and it's like, oh my god, I rolled over on my chest and it hurt, and it's like, yeah, you have a melon in there. What the hell's wrong with you?
The sacrifices that we make.
Clinton Hush, thank you for being our 51st subscriber. The number of Butkus. Good number to be. Welcome, buddy. Happy to have you. Mr. Sumo Orange is here. Yes, sir. Thank you, buddy. Anytime. Who else we got? We got Godzillionaire, Ditto, Orange Me.
Good to see you, man.
Godzillionaire. Fuck yeah, man. And of course, Mr. Legion Games, who apparently would rather be in the chat than come on here.
Okay, just for the record, it's a joke from Friday Night's Royal Rumble and another chat. People try to beat into the comments first. They're like first, and it's like, so I want to, I want to make the legacy go forward. Why the fuck am I looking at Blouse?
Don't ask. I love OBS. I love it.
God, you're such a simp.
How many pictures of random girls do you have on your computer?
We don't want the answer to that question.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Shit, that was way too big.
That's how we know you weren't in the military. That's one of those don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
That's how I know he's not in a lot of things.
Why do you call it the poo pond? Don't ask.
Oh, I can't believe how much we got out of the poop pond last week.
I'm gonna be honest. I learned something there. It was very educational.
Don't like matches around that particular body of water.
For anyone who's curious, there is a place called the Poo Pond in Afghanistan, and it is explosive.
Yeah. There we go.
Curious. I'm just wondering if there's one farmer that just took a wrong detour since we left. Well, had to evacuate. It has to be equator now. I'm Google Map that shit.
Well, while he does that, what do you guys want to talk about first? You want to talk about Crowder, Velma, the what was that drama that was going on? You and Dermy and Raster were talking about.
Venti versus Eliza.
Eliza
Eliza.
Blue, which that fucking
Alyssa.
pisses me off.
I think that has a lot of traction to it. Velma is bad as it is a little more fun loving. So I think that maybe the Brittany Venti Eliza Blue drama is something. It's a little spicy.
Velma is fun loving, and how much we want to rip into that shit like a fucking gaping asshole.
Hey, she's the third worst show in history.
Mm-hmm.
So fun loving. Good description, Ryan.
Hey, she may only be the third worst numerically, but she's the first worst in here.
Yeah.
No.
That's right.
Before we get into the Britney stuff, unironically, I'm falling in love with Velma for all the wrong reasons because it guarantees me a 1K view video.
See, I kind of feel
how many
the same
videos
way.
have you done?
It's like I'm
20 videos on this topic.
I'm finding myself like going, oh my god, it's so bad, and then I'm actually laughing out loud for and it's just it has a charm because it's so terrible.
It's like the cartoon version of the Jersey Shore.
That's why I want season 2. I need more. I need more Velma in my life.
I need a lot.
It's like a Tommy Wiseau film.
I did not.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Okay, who wants to start on the Venti thing? Dermy or Raster? Who wants to start?
Okay.
You guys duke it out.
Okay, all right. For the audience, I would like to give some context to this if you're not familiar with it. And Dermy, Ryan, if y'all want to kick in on things I might miss,
I got you.
Just shoot in at any point in time. Basically, long story short, is that we have a human traffic activist that's on Twitter. I'll just leave it at that for the title for what we'll call her. Don't get me wrong. Being an activist for human trafficking is a great cause. That is definitely, I want to put that out there. It is a serious issue. It needs to be addressed and whatnot. By no means are we putting that down. However, when you are the face, so-called face, or, you made yourself the face of it, more to say that you're basically doing more harm than good at that point towards your cause. The harm that she did in this matter was actually use her clout and pull influence, if you will, to basically get another smaller YouTube creator canceled on Twitter. And by the way of doing this, she cited that it was a non-consensual photo of the person in question. And the non-consensual photo that this Venti, the smaller YouTube creator, used was a screenshot of a publicly available music video from World Star Hip Hop. Okay, now
The height of class.
Yes. And definitely, yes, it was a very classy video. That would be exactly what you would want to use for someone that is the face of human trafficking. That is sarcasm, by the way.
She got
again,
great
with this.
She got great assets. I'll just say that. I'm not arguing about her assets.
Yeah. That is not up for debate. That is very true. However, I will say that the person said that she's going to actively pursue a lawsuit against Venti in addition to getting her canceled. and said that she has studied the doll or whatnot. A comment that I probably made on Twitter was basically come to the effect of either she has the dumbest IP attorney out there that she has that has no idea what fair use is, or either she has an attorney that just doesn't care because he's going to get paid no matter whatever the settlement might be. So yeah, that's the premise of this. So anybody want to add any kind of additional context that I might have missed?
I think we should just sign a petition to get Nick to defend Brittany and just watch him just shit all over this case.
Yeah,
he'd make so
live
much
and in color.
Views.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, the basics of it is that it's amazing that she was able to get Twitter to do what she wanted, and still was getting away with it, and then has the audacity to sit there and try to threaten a lawsuit on top of that. And everybody I've been reading in the comments, all the replies on Twitter is basically calling her to the plate, and she's just trying to shut it down, and still nothing's done. It just blows my mind. And this is what I with how you feel about Venti is doesn't matter. That's not the problem here. The problem is the fact that it set a precedent for how things are conducted on Twitter, which is supposed to be a whole new world now that Musk has taken over, and this is not the case.
Is it true that she's friends with Elon, and that's how it happened? Was like she called him and said, "Oh, they're picking on me," and
she has a working relationship with them on Twitter because she actually helped take down some of the CP that's been rampant on Twitter. So she does actually.
I was trying to do something. I was trying to be clever.
how that working for you?
It did. Looks like you and Ron DeSantis are about ready to make out.
That was the idea. There.
He's getting
Tiny
closer.
Ron DeSantis.
I don't know what the fuck is going. So the easiest way to put this is that Eliza Blue says that she is actually a victim of trafficking from when she was a kid, also when she was a little bit older. The problem is that some of the rap videos where she's kind of shaking her ass, she's showing a lot of skin, kind of coincide with that time frame. So Brittany, you don't have to like Brittany, which is fine. Like nobody's gonna say you have to. The thing is though is that she was given information through email about the whole entire situation. So she said, "Hey, Eliza, what's the deal with this?" And she posted a screenshot from said music video where Eliza has she's known as Eliza Blue, Eliza Knows, and Eliza Cuts from her YouTube days earlier. And so she actually claimed that Brittany was posting personal photos as if they had been hacked from her phone or from like a private server or a computer or something like that. So Twitter actually suspended, locked Brittany's account for the most part permanently until she deletes the tweet. And then Jeremy from the Quartering came in and he actually retweeted it and reposted it, and he got locked out for 12 hours. Now, Jeremy from the Quartering should probably have his account back real soon, within like maybe an hour or so. The problem is that as a victim's advocate, her story doesn't add up. She's been on a lot of channels, and she's never given like receipts for what she's been through. She's never talked about her story. She's never said, "Hey," even in this situation, I did, I was young, I was stupid, I went through a lot. I thought I would, that this is what I wanted to do. Be scantily clad in a.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing? I don't even know what's going on.
Why don't I just have like Mike Tyson in the background where it's like, now kiss?
I just want to see Joe Biden over your shoulder smelling you. No,
I might be able to figure that out.
Teacher, Dermy's causing trouble in the class again.
That has happened.
You're turning DeSantis into Biden.
Oh no. What have we done?
But anyway, that's the long and the short of it. That she kind of flagged the quartering. She flagged Brittany. Twitter responded. Everybody's been trying to tag Elon and say, hey, what the hell's going on? And it has not been resolved. And anybody who calls her out saying, dude, you're shaking your ass, you're making it worse. She would have the admin's fault blame for all of this. Yeah, you can't. Yeah. So it kind of seems like it's Jack Murphy 2.0, or part 2, as I prefer to call it, because she's blocking people and she's striking, and reporting any information that's being. Now there's some spicy videos. I don't know if y'all want to share those, but there's some spicy internet videos from YouTube where. Whew,
There's some creepy stuff. Some stuff that
I have to.
if she wasn't a victim of sex trafficking or alleged victim of sex trafficking, and the time frame wasn't in question, I would be like, yeah, it's a girl doing inappropriate dancing too inappropriate for my taste. But it's the sex trafficking stuff that becomes the issue. Like, are you actually an advocate of these people if you yourself are going around shaking your ass for the world to see?
I have to say that one of the biggest problems that I have with this whole thing is that some of the people that are coming to her support, such as the grifter, what's his name, Still Gray, Elon Chong or whatever his name is,
Ian Miles
American.
Chong. Yep.
Yeah, lives in the Philippines or something like that. I don't think he's ever.
Fuck. What we talked about this on the last stream. I'll look it up. But yeah, no,
Quartering covered at one point in time.
He worked for the quartering.
Yeah,
Maltese or Moldova or some shit like that.
No,
I'm
talking. Yeah, he was coming to her defense, and yeah, basically Anna from that Star Wars girl, she got basically blocked by him or whatever because they got in a little spat. But anyway, what I was saying was the people that are coming to her support, they're using this whole thing where like if you're against Eliza, then you're against human trafficking advocacy and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, that's not the case. Eliza is the type of grifter that has basically got onto something and has taken ownership of that cause, like it's hers. And I'm like, it's not. You made yourself the face of it. And like Ryan said, that this is you haven't even told your story really, and a lot of things are not lining up. And you're going to put on blast. You're going to be put on your spotlight's on you. And you're not doing anything to help yourself and everything for your credibility. And this comes out, and then it's just like with Jack Murphy. You try to shut down, he tried to shut down Nick Rekieta. Nick Rekieta came back with the beard with what's his name? God, it was a hilarious
Drexel.
stream. They all,
Drexel. He and Drexel wore the beards
Yeah,
together. Did the
God, that was
seminal order.
Yeah, that was a good stream. It was hilarious. They're
That was
both
a
wearing
good stream.
beards, and
Brittany Venti
but anyway,
ended up being on that stream too.
yeah, and so you're going to sit there and you're going to try to do all this stuff, and then people were basically saying that we're going after the advocacy, and I'm like, no, that's not what they're going after. We're going after the person. The person is the one causing this problem, and the person is hurting the cause overall because of that. And like you said, if you're going to do this, make sure that you're the right person to go for this advocacy and be selfless enough to realize that if you're going to advocate for something, make sure that you're going to be a good advocate for it. And she's not. She just plain is not. I mean, innocent as it can be or whatever, it's like, I don't know. Throw the best example you out there and everything. I'm probably not going to be the best one and everything to be for AA or something like that.
Ding, ding, ding. I feel you, dude.
Exactly. I mean, I'll be all for it and everything. I'm drinking and driving or whatever. I never, really drank and drove, but I mean, it's case in point now that I'm at least self-aware enough to realize that, hey, maybe I shouldn't be the face of that if I wanted to be an activist.
But you are the face of pixelated private parts, So
No, I am not the face of that. That's just my parts. Stop being a bigot.
but
I was born like this.
That was a
Respect
sexy
my-
cartoon Raster.
Not
respect my pixels.
Oh, not
Yes, my
bigotry.
pixels, and they are above average in resolution. I just want to let y'all know, ladies.
The thing is that such a SJW kind of move where if you disagree with this person, obviously disagree with any good they've ever done, anything like that, you can't want to play Hogwarts Legacy without supporting hate for transgenders. That's all. Well, hold on here. I don't think that's how it works. So for them to pull that, especially
Which somebody was saying that they were going to go after people for streaming that. So I'm obviously now going to be streaming that day one.
You've scared me away now. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just like, it's like if you play this game, you're supporting bigotry. It's like, stop! I've already bought 4 copies of this game. I can't buy anymore.
Yeah, stop promoting it. Damn.
It's like if you keep this up, I'm gonna have to start, gifting copies to my subscribers.
I may or may not be planning that.
Do it.
It's like every time one of you does a video about this, I will gift another copy out.
I'm gonna
Keep going. We'll do this all day.
Yeah, I'm gonna send
The
love
thing
letters
is, though,
to J.K. Rowling just to piss you off.
But the thing that really gets me is the whole thing about this is just say the drama side. The drama side. I really don't like this, and this goes to YouTube as well. This is more like a bigger issue than people really kind of realize, is that fair use is not respected. And it's like,
fair use is dead.
Yeah,
I mean, my show in particular, I cover heavy metal. So I would love to play clips of the songs that we're dealing with, like, clips of the band live and shit like that. I'll get copyright claimed immediately.
Yeah,
even though we're commenting on it, we're using it for commentary criticism, which is specifically designated in fair use, and I will never win that.
There needs to be that needs to be actually addressed. Like where if you're going to copyright strike something, then it needs to go to an actual person, and it needs to be actually assessed before it's immediately done. So, because I don't believe that's the process. It's automatically done automatically or through a call center or something like that.
It's done automatically through the algorithm, and then their version of verifying it is going back to the person that makes the claim and be like, "Oh, do you actually own this?" That's their only verification.
Is it a claim or is it a strike?
Claim. I haven't gotten anyone taken down yet, but I've.
Okay. Do you have a template for actually fighting against appealing disputing?
It doesn't do anything. 70s rock fan uses that for his channel. He gets claimed almost every video.
It depends on how you word it, and there is a byline that YouTube requires you to put at the end, and you have to copy and paste that, and YouTube doesn't tell you this. Like, you can literally put whatever you want in there, but if you do not include this legal jargon from YouTube itself to dispute that claim, you're going to probably have a higher fail ratio. What
it's going to take is somebody actually suing and winning for fair use on this, and then it'll stop.
People have sued and won. The thing is, though, is that in the interim, meantime, you have to arm yourself because, yes, unfortunately, it is the Wild West, and people can claim shit. It will. I can put a copy of in the group chat of what I use for my content, and you guys can kind of like tweak it. But the last part that is going to be in quotations is one that you have to literally have in there because that's what YouTube says you have to do.
Yeah, if fair use, like especially with music, it's that if what you're doing is somehow going to take away money from the artist, how is if you add a whole minute worth of conversation to a 2.5 minute song, is somebody going to say, you know what, why would I play the free song on YouTube when I could always just go and listen to the clips with a bunch of commentary? You're not taking anything away from them. You're not
to mention, I'm doing my show to spotlight these bands and highlight it, like, hey, this is good shit, you should go listen to it.
Yeah, they need, if any platform comes out, okay, I'm kind of wondering how Rumble's actually handling this, because I know Viva Fry is actually on their team for that, and I'm kind of wondering what is the future of actually handling that? Because I mean, here's the reality: YouTubers, small or large, is the future of like, commentary. It's not going to be on some network or something like that. Everybody's going to go to YouTube and look, say, hey, how's this movie? How's this or whatever.
At this point, I think it's going to be Rumble, because YouTube is getting so restrictive and so family friendly that there's no room for it anymore. And I know I just got to 25 followers on Rumble, which if any of you guys watching want to go over and subscribe to me over there, I have a lot more ideas for stuff that I can't do on YouTube that I will be doing on Rumble as an exclusive.
All right, freedom of speech streams on Pope Metallicus channel is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Until I get to 25.
That's actually
subscribe to Vets Talking on Rumble.
Is more political and philosophy oriented stuff. Not just like the actual social, like the political issue, but like the philosophy underpinning it and stuff like that, and discuss things like that we cannot do on YouTube. We'll get banned immediately.
I put my disclaimer of what I do when I dispute something in the chat. Remember, whatever is in parentheses is what YouTube requires you to do. So the paragraph before that, feel free to switch it for your content. Now, however, I have to say this: YouTube is still going to be the future, and it's just the way it is. There are that many people that watch YouTube. I mean, you're talking about billions of people, more than network television by far. Whether it's mainstream media, streaming, Rumble is going to be a great competitor as long as we continue to push that. And I'm hoping that Twitter's going to start helping us monetize videos on there. With even Facebook has already started making changes to their suspension program, because I actually got so I'm a little bit of a troublemaker. And I've been suspended on Facebook. Sorry, I meant Facebook. A couple of times I've had like 3 30-day suspensions. I got one recently that was only a 7-day suspension, to where after the fact I could still post, but it was brought down in the algorithm, kind of like Twitter's doing. And I think a lot of big tech is going to start bending to that will because of what Elon is doing. And that includes YouTube. These companies,
you say that with YouTube's new TOS, it's getting even more restrictive. And
in what way?
I mean, with the whole profanity thing and anything like that, it's getting even more restrictive, and they're getting even more draconian.
Well, I would actually say it's dwindled, because on a live stream it used to be 20 minutes, now it's 8. For severe profanity, like you mother, stuff like that. They're not talking about like what the in hell or damn or probably even shit. They're talking about severe words like that.
But at the same time, like the way they word it is like excessive profanity, which can mean whatever they want it to.
You're very right. It can.
I am talking scorched earth, motherfucker. I will massacre you. I will fuck you up.
Like that.
Such a great movie.
It basically my mornings. So so basically what going back to this whole thing with the whole Venti and Eliza thing,
we got way off track. Sorry.
No, it is fine. Y'all have made great points, and that's just it. That kind of brings it full circle with when you have this type of censoring that's done very biasly now and then by Twitter. And I had high hopes for Twitter. I really did. I really believed Elon when he said this, and everybody was like, "Oh, you're an idiot." Well, I probably am. But the thing is that you go where the people are, and I do want everybody to keep pushing Rumble, Odyssey, and etc. All these alt platforms. But
I've been saying it for years, and Arch and a couple other guys have been saying it as well. Like, the money will go where the content is. And if more people are creating content on Rumble, more people are going to start watching it.
Exactly.
And if YouTube keeps doing things the way they've been doing it, they're going to push more and more people over to that.
Yeah. And with the thing is that when Elon bought Twitter, he bought the platform, yes, but he got an audience, an automatic audience. And when you had that automatic audience and you said, guess what? I'm going to try to monetize video creators and I'm going to make a platform. I'm going to do these changes and all this kind of stuff. I was expecting maybe some sort of UI, or at least use Twitter as an umbrella organization, just like Google did, and maybe buy Rumble or something like that, and then take that same audience and basically inject it into Rumble, and then it becomes a real competitor to YouTube. And I was hoping that, but when you're starting off on this foot where you're basically just taking this woman's word, and it's a complete, like, obviously an example of fair use, like, completely easy. I mean, you're taking a screenshot. She didn't even really play the video. It was just, a screenshot saying, hey, this is what you're doing. This is, this is you. Okay, well, it's out there. Everybody's seen it. I mean, 1,000 people have already, snarkily, posted it and done other things. Yeah, they took down the quartering because he's more larger than us, but there's people out there that haven't been touched by it. But it doesn't matter if you're big or large, small or large. I mean, it shouldn't be happening.
You're
well, what Sumo says, hold real quick. What Sumo says here, I mean, yeah, 2/3 of the panel here, being in the Legion of Memers, will be out of our second job if this kind of shit has precedence. Because, it'd be the same thing. Like if for her fucking little, not little. I want to give at least credit to the human trafficking initiative she's trying to push. If somebody wants to make a video about the good stuff she does and wants to talk about her, put her face on the thumbnail. Is that now in precedence going to be against the law? You can't use her picture to talk about her? Fuck off. It's ridiculous.
Aquila obviously tried to sue Sargon over this years ago and got fucking nuked for it, to the point where she had to pay his court fees.
Okay.
I'm not aware of that one. What was that again?
Yeah, it happened years ago. Aquila obviously versus Sargon of Akkad.
Yeah, no, that was back in 2019?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, friend.
What the fuck? What? What the fuck?
I love how Soldier's just in the top silently judging you.
Just for the record, why are you surrounded by Jay? Mostly.
Dermy sleeps with 2 dudes every night. Confirmed.
Yeah, I have my Jay. I have my my Jeremy.
Where's your can of J&A's?
Right here. Oh. I can't show it on stream, I don't wear pants when I'm streaming.
Why am I hanging like a creepy bat over your shoulder?
Why not?
A voyeur bat just chilling. Like, yeah, right there now.
Before the end of the stream, it's just gonna be a bunch of dudes everywhere on his face or whatever. And
it's gonna be a lot of blurred images.
What we need is
basically any other Saturday night.
We need the as Dr. Balls on your face. So by the end of it.
It just so
I'll
happens.
be right back.
Oh God, it was a suggestion. I think he'd do it. Okay, so I do want to ask.
What were you gonna say?
Fucking Christ, that guy. He's fucking hilarious. So they were the first 2 to get hit, right? So Brittany was the first to get hit. She has a permanent lock until she deletes it. The Jeremy from the quartering got he got a 12-hour lock. This is an old rule. This is an old Twitter rule. Just like you can't dox people on Twitter, right? It used to be against terms of service. Well, it didn't matter. Oh, I guess we know where the echo came from.
There was an echo?
I heard a lot of background.
Was there echoing?
I heard a lot of background noise from somebody. It's back.
And it stopped when I...
It stopped
Is it gone?
just before that. Before you muted, unless you muted faster than this.
No, I've been hearing other background noise too.
Yeah, it's back.
When in doubt, blame the host.
Really?
Yeah.
All right,
So
hold on.
Anyway, it's not. I mean, it's just smidgen. It's not a big deal. So doxing is an old Twitter rule, right? You're not allowed to dox people, but Taylor Renz has been doing it for years because she's a giant raging piece of crap. She was on the right side of the terms of service, so to speak. And I think this is just a holdover from Eliza Blue and the people that support her, and she's done great work working with Elon Musk, getting CP off of Twitter. However, I think she's either covering for some shame, which would be the videos, because quite frankly, in one of the videos, you can very much see a lot of butt cheeks. You can see she's doing some twerking, and you can see almost her butthole, and you can definitely see her nipples through a mesh tank top. I don't know if she Jesus Christ.
What?
Oh, it's Dr. Balls.
This is like Dermy Wermy's what do you call that? Where the wish wall or
House of
whatever it is.
Horrors.
Oh yeah, I'm doing the appropriate thing. These are all my PNGs that I have. It could get a whole lot creepier a whole lot fast.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna go all the way, let's do it.
Okay.
He's like, I'll be right back.
You heard it here first, though. We're folks. We're getting his channel deleted within a month.
That's okay. At least we're not talking about T and the kids. I just think this is a holdover thing. I think it's Jack Murphy Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Eliza has not said anything since last night, since making her statement. Did anybody read her statement or the couple?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was.
I don't know if we want to read that to kind of give context, but this is going to blow up in her face because now she has become very uncredible, even in the movement, and she has damaged the movement that she has been integral in with Elon Musk. I'm not saying that she's friends with him, but she's been talking back and forth like, hey, this doesn't look good. Can you take a look at this? And then his Twitter people do so. I think she is severely, whether she got touched as a kid, if she did, I'm sorry to hear that. If she did the music videos because she was in a bad place, which many of us are, like I said, I'm not one to advocate for sobriety because I am a recovering alcoholic, and quite frankly, I have a lot of work left to do. And I think a lot of people can identify with their demons. Attacking other people for your demons is not going to do it. So,
well, yeah, it's kind of like how the Me Too thing blew up, right? You have a movement that is legitimate. There are issues that have to be addressed in it. Everyone can stand behind you till you start throwing everything on the fire and claiming, somehow they attacked her by showing something that she put out there that she said it's totally cool at one point. And so, yeah, now that she's playing victim with this, it calls into question the legitimate, if it happened, victim of her childhood. And so, yeah, I think she's hurting herself bad with this.
And your past good deeds do not absolve you of responsibility for when you act like a piece of crap online. Like that's just not a thing.
Well, this is like I'll tell you, like some veterans I absolutely despise are the ones who feel like somehow they're entitled because they served the country, they saw combat, which of course there needs to at least be some recognition and respect for that. But to go out and feel like you can act like an asshole or feel like you deserve a discount or something like that, and bash someone who doesn't have a discount at their store, like
two examples I'll throw out there. Of that, I'll throw out there that you guys can feel however you want about it is Matt Best and freaking Dakota Meyer. Matt Best, I mean, especially apparently he was recently photographed with Kyle Rittenhouse on Twitter after throwing him under the bus 2 years ago.
Oh jeez.
Oh, I didn't know.
Black Rifle
really?
Coffee, guys.
Is that Rifle Brand?
Well, he owns Black Rifle Coffee.
Oh,
yeah.
And
he's part of
Black Rifle said some mighty interesting things during that trial. But now that the trial's over and he's acquitted, well, everything's fine again.
I did not know that they're trying. Well, I have heard that they are trying to kiss ass and try to get people back, because I am one of the many who once the second Kyle Rittenhouse shit, when it came out, like the first time, I defended them a little bit, but when the rest of the shit came out, they did the New York Times article. I went, fuck that. I am not doing this shit anymore. I was a part of their coffee subscription. I was getting their really expensive shit. I still have every single one of the bags of every style in my fucking drawer over here. I collected every one of them. And I'm going to throw them out because I'm never buying this shit again. I will not give my money to a company that fucking goes and kisses the ass of Marxist left-wing media like New York Times and calls their fucking fan base racist. I was so fucking disgusted by that. And yeah, and I did not know. I have heard they're trying to kiss ass and get people back. I didn't know they were trying to do that with Kyle Rittenhouse.
Well, apparently there's a picture
they don't deserve
around Twitter of Kyle posing for a photo with Matt. So
wait, with who?
With Matt Best.
Matt Best.
Oh yeah, coffee brand. Sorry, Black Rifle Coffee. Yeah,
Yep.
they actually They actually my original Twitter account they actually blocked me for a meme that I shared where it was like what's his name, one of the guys that that Mark Ruffalo was talking about. It was like fuck, one of the pedos anyway. It was like his blend, and I like shared it with Black Rifle, and they fucking blocked me, and I'm like, you fucking losers, what is your problem?
And the other one is Dakota Meyer when he came out. You know, this one's much more minor. But, you know, a lot of guys do competitive shooting. A lot of them try to wear, you know, armor and chest rigs because that's a modern shooting. That's how modern shooting works. Like, if you're at this point, if you're not wearing armor, you're not competitive. Like, you're not.
Oh, not
oh no!
Come on,
no,
man!
No! Why, Dermy? Why?
Oh, his feet are so weird.
He was trying to shit on like everybody who practices with vests and stuff like that. Be like, oh, you guys are just trying to be tactical. It's like, so the fuck what? They're trying to improve and trying to get better in ways that are relevant to modern operations. Like at this point, if you're not wearing armor, you're nothing. So of course these guys are wearing armor and trying to freaking improve themselves. So rather than like being like, yeah, go for it. And like everybody from me to freaking Grand Thumb, all these guys are like, yeah, if like go for it, get trained, be prepared. Even if not, just go have fun with it. And yet he was trying to clown on some of these people who like, oh, I think they're hard, whatever. It's like, that's not what it's about, man. It's about being prepared. Why are you clowning on people for trying to improve themselves?
Yeah. And also why are you clowning on people who are trying to literally learn a life-saving skill? I'm like,
right?
that's horse shit. Like, if we actually still had stuff like this in like middle school, to where like you could take kids and they could learn how to actually, you know, how to actually handle a firearm in a proper way and learn about it, we wouldn't have this garbage nonsense in this world.
And especially if you're a young kid or whatever who's trying to get into competitive shooting, trying to get into the more tactical side of it, like, you know, even just as a hobby, how are you going to take it when a Medal of Honor recipient is sitting there shitting on you for what you would like to do?
Not
like,
well.
Yeah, it's like, because that's not, you know, he's not a nobody like one of us who's like, yeah, we served, but whatever. Like, this guy was awarded a Medal of Honor. Like, that carries weight.
Unless you act like an asshole, because quite frankly, you can win a distinguished honor, but at the same time, if you're going to act like a piece of shit, it kind of negates what you did. You're actually going in the opposite direction of encouraging young men and women from doing what might actually be in the best interest of themselves and this country. So I got mixed feelings, man. I'll tell you that one.
And like, you know, again, your prior honors do not distract from your current bullshittery.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, she's doing great things when it comes to human trafficking. And I think we can all agree that that's some of the most heinous shit on the planet right now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So truly awful shit happens to some pretty decent people, and that really just pisses me off. But that doesn't distract.
Well, there's more slavery right now than in the entire history of the world because of
than when it was legal
sex slavery. But nobody wants to address that.
On average, about 29.3 million people, most in Africa.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it.
But we want to focus on Americans' past.
Yeah. Sorry, I cover a lot of shit, so I know a lot of crap. If I'm talking too much, tell me to shut the hell up.
No, you're
good.
Okay.
But like, you know, that doesn't distract from you're being a piece of shit and trying to go after people who are just trying to get some answers. Well,
It's veterans' favorite wieners, buddy.
I'm a lifetime member of the VFW.
Yes, you are.
Was that how you got it?
Don't be stuck. Don't be stuck with those little pussy dogs at your next barbecue. Choose the dogs so big they make a Moab jealous. They're foot long and thick, just like the sausages I put down 2 or 3 times a night when I was in theater. Thank you, Devil Made Me Do It, for that.
He made that last week.
I know, yeah, but we never showed it on one of our streams.
Wow.
I should have showed this the last time we were on.
Meme shaming. Wow, that's not cool.
I'm not meme shaming. I could have swore we fucking did it last week.
We did it on the memes. We did it on the Legion of Memers stream.
It was the meme stream. It wasn't this stream.
Yeah.
It was the Legion of Memers stream. We didn't do it on here. I completely forgot about it.
It's an older meme, but it checks out.
Well, it stays true, especially for a veteran channel. Because, hey, VFW, go sign up. Veterans of Four.
It took a long time to find that big of a hot dog.
I gotta be honest. I think I've honestly, it's like one of the things where I'm probably the least likely to be the one that people probably know that as a veteran. I really go out and they're like, "Oh, you were a veteran," you know. I mean, look at my avatar. It's basically just.
But you're a veteran.
Me.
Yeah,
It's me.
It looks like you sell artisan pickles.
Artisan pickles. Yes.
It looks like you work for Ben and Jerry's,
and we all know those glasses have no lenses in them.
Come on, man, don't hate now. It's like thing.
He's like, hey guys, he's like, you want to buy some ice cream from Ben and Jerry's? We support.
You look like the kind of man who would wear flannel, ironically.
Let me tell you how to make your own candles.
You know what?
Hey there.
You're right. These are all accurate statements, and I have no defense. I really don't. I'm just not gonna. I'm not even going to even try. It's just like this is what it is. But
well,
yeah,
that's like, how we know he's Air Force. He just knows to roll over and take it at this point.
Yeah, it's like it's. I have no shame in this though. There's no taking it. It's just, yeah, these are accurate statements.
Well, I mean, and
it's like,
I got news for you.
It's kind of like Dermy is like, like, hey, he likes it in the face. And he's like, yeah, what about it?
I got news for you.
I quit fighting you a while back, so I
good. Don't resist.
I don't like when you squirm.
Well, the Air Force is good.
Wormy.
The Air Force is good at dropping loads.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all doing?
Look, you don't know how many penises I've drawn on bombs that got dropped on people. The last thing they seen was a big giant cock with a vein in it.
You love drawing penises, huh?
Like that Austin Powers clip where they're looking up and they're all, is that a giant wang?
Yeah, exactly. It's just getting closer and closer and closer. Now, what I'm not proud of is the accuracy of those said bombs. That was not on me. I just loaded them and then put my artisan touch to them.
I thought you were going to say I wasn't proud of the accuracy of the amount of penises I saw in basic training.
Well, that too, but
I mean, let's be honest. How many penises have all of us seen fucking collectively in basic training?
That's a huge bitch.
Way more than I remember.
Approximately all of them. Not just in basic training.
Well, at least
especially if you're in the infantry, like
it's a lot of dick.
Like, we're naked most of the time when we're not actually doing something.
Just like
at least you're the only one who actually enjoyed having to use a urinal at the same time with another man. Admit it. I've heard the Marines do that. Admit it.
Yes, we do. It's how many guys can we fit in a porta shredder? The answer is about 7.
And the thing is, they don't all go at the same time. They all hold one at the same time to go, and then they take turns. Okay, all right, switch over.
You guys really enjoy holding your guys' penises, huh?
Switch.
Okay, speaking of gay, who wants to talk about Velma?
Yes, I want to talk about
Sexism
Velma.
in gaming.
Let's not. Let's just.
Fuck off.
It's so horrible. I have to love it.
I probably have
Ryan, you said who the fuck is doing that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Is that you, Dermy?
I don't. No, no,
Yes, it is.
no.
Good God, sir.
Thank you. That's ignorant.
Jesus. I gotta know what fucking audio equipment y'all use.
Oh man.
I gotta get a soundboard. That's what I really want.
Dermy is
Yeah.
like that kid. Is like that kid that that has like you say you're in high school, you're out there hanging out with your friends, and then he has that little shit brother that's like still 10 or whatever, and he thinks he's gonna run out with his Megazord to impress everybody, and he keeps on doing it. He goes in and comes back out, and comes back in, comes back out, and he's wearing his his Dragon Ball Z pajamas and shit. And they're you're like, go to bed, you little shit.
Okay, I have to ask, which Megazord? Is it the original one from 1993?
These are important.
I had the
morpher.
morpher. I had the morpher and the gun that turns into a knife.
Wild Force had a pretty good Megazord. I'll give you that.
I actually have both. I have the OG one from '93, and I actually have the Lightning Collection they just came out with, along with the whole Lightning Collection line on display.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm a little hypocritical, but my analogy is still correct about Dermy.
No, it is. It just just
He's a little shit.
it is.
Just trying to add some
No.
context.
Yeah, I am a little shit. I'll accept that.
Why do you sound like you're? Why do you sound like you're narrating a movie trailer? This summer, Arnold Schwarzenegger is
Reagan.
To be
admitting he's a
perfectly
little
fair, the voice that I'm on right now is called the narrator.
That sounds about right.
Now I'm Bob.
Dude, no,
Just called Bob.
I need a narration for the Marvel's movie trailer. Go.
The Marvels? In a world where everybody hates the main actress, but she has to surround herself by POCs to make sure that she has defense and all that social justice crap. We get somehow stop it, God. They lost it. I don't care. Let's maybe know something like.
Jeez.
Oh, where's Tom Connors when you need
All
him?
the tactics without the look.
Sorry, how does it sound?
Oh my god, it's so creepy.
Yeah, who's
I don't
playing?
hear it.
Please don't.
How does it sound?
It's like an 11-year-old calling 911.
No.
This is how Dermy gets dates.
Okay, Dermy.
no.
Where on the doll did they touch you?
That was called the creepy doll sound.
You're just trying to get visits from Joe Biden.
Dermy is Chris Hansen's secret accomplice confirmed.
Yeah.
Hello.
Have a seat.
Howdy.
No. Come here. Sit down.
Oh.
What are you doing here?
Just sit right there. Sit right there.
I was not trying to sleep.
I just want to address something that Orange Sumo said earlier about me sounding like a NASCAR fan that hasn't got over Dale Earnhardt. Let me tell you something, boy. All right, that wall made war crimes. Okay, he took out the king. Never forget.
What in the hell?
Dermy, you shit.
I'm Space Trooper.
I still.
Our AI overlords are apparently in attendance.
It almost kind of sounds like if you turn it down just a little bit, you'd be like, "In time, you will know what it's like to lose." You know, little Thanos.
In time,
Nope. Yeah.
you know what it's like to lose.
By your command.
I was gonna say it sounds like the Cylons from freaking
Yeah, by
Battlestar
your
Galactica.
Yo, command.
In time, you will know
That's how you know
what
we're
it's
old.
like to lose. God, it's hard. I'm hearing myself at the same time.
Who-
It's not easy to do that.
Turn the monitor off.
Did any of you guys see Battlestar Galactica: Blood and Chrome?
Yes, I fucking love
Yes.
it. Somewhere I have.
Oh,
a
I
model of
can't
the
believe they
Galactica.
didn't make that series. Yeah,
Right? It was so
a
good.
prequel to it.
The
Was
Viper Mark
so
III's
fucking good.
especially with the graphics. The Viper Mark III looks sick. The old school Raptor with the freaking tail gun, the Galactica in her prime with all her guns still. Like, that would have been great. And apparently,
I don't know why they didn't make that.
I gotta say, that there's something. There's something about like the premise of like ancient astronaut theory or whatever being kind of toyed with, and I've been saying that not necessarily Battlestar Galactica, but I'm really surprised that someone hasn't like really started a whole new IP as that as the basis or whatever to kind of bring back a whole like sci-fi franchise. I think that would.
And the funny thing is, there's plenty of books that do like the Space Marines trilogy by Ian Douglas.
Well, they do have a new movie coming out. It's called 65.
That looks great, by the way.
65. What the hell is that?
60. It's
with
they go through like a
it's the dinosaur movie with what's his face from Star Wars.
Adam Driver.
It's Dermy fucked up a 69.
Yeah, I've done that before.
It's 65. Okay.
It doesn't help when you're like 6'5" and the girl's like 5 foot.
What?
Said that completely wrong.
Yeah.
Now we're moving on.
Yeah, with that voice or whatever, it was like, have a seat for you.
Thanks, Joe.
Dermy's over here huffing helium while the rest of us are on stream.
What helium? Hi there. How are you guys?
Oh no.
Do me a favor. Just say Velma is the best show in the history of the world.
Velma is the best show in the history.
No,
of
not
the
that
world.
one. God damn it!
Speaking of which, Velma. Oh Jesus! Like the train is off the rails. Has gone through a couple of houses now, and it shows no signs of slowing down.
Wait, what happened?
Like just Velma is just like the train wreck that keeps on giving.
Oh, I love it. I love it so freaking much.
Oh, once you make a whole series. Once you make a whole series, and you kind of have to go full send at that point. It doesn't matter if your first 2 episodes are shit. I mean, you kind of have to go with it. That's the glory of it.
Well, it probably also.
And our host Mike is dead. Looks like.
How you annoying?
He doesn't have his gay mic anymore.
Nope, he doesn't.
He's also on a delay. It's like I start talking, it's like I'll realize that he catches up.
We talked about this in San Francisco. Is all about gay bathhouses and it's all about round the clock sex. It's all come on, man.
Come on, man.
What about the Nazi flag thing that he said?
I do need to get that.
I don't play that.
I need to find that. I mean, I have
sexism in gaming.
Oh no.
If you don't like it, don't watch it. Peace.
There is a delay, isn't there?
Is there a delay?
Yeah. I'm trying my best not to talk over somebody. Then see.
Quick, his mic's off. Everyone make fun of him. He can't defend himself.
Listen,
do voiceover for him. Like,
well, he's talking about.
Here, I'll do my voiceover. I'll read his lips. Hang on. Wait for him to start talking again. I like men. They are awesome.
Clinton. Soldier's mic is out, and he's just here for the show now.
Yeah, he's like 10 inches minimum for me. Yeah, boy. Yeah.
Moving from 10 to 12 real quick. It slides right in.
Yeah, you're hearing Soldier. He's perfectly fine. Go, Soldier, say something.
I watched Eric on mute and get off on it.
Fair. That's fair.
Speaking of Eric and everything, I love the guy. I actually got my Iceland #1 graded by CGC and got it, encapsulated and all that stuff. I'm gonna get it framed.
Yeah, I got so much. I bought 2 copies. I bought one signed one and then one I actually read. You know what? I'm excited for it too.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I got the variant A, number one. That's the one I got graded. And then I got after PayPal really fucked him over or whatever. I was like, I'm gonna support my man even further. And this is before he even got the first shipments out. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna double down. I'm gonna go ahead and buy me one that I'm gonna read. So I got a variant C to read, and I got my variant A graded. So. Yeah, I have that much.
I got two of the cover B because I just really like that cover. I think it's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yep, I like cover B.
It was funny because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get it graded because of the thickness of it, and because it can only be like I think a 1/4 inch thick for them to actually put it in the capsule, and so I wasn't very clear. And so I called them, and the funny story, I actually made a tweet about it, and everybody thought I was joking. I was not joking. This was the real phone conversation that I had with a woman. She's like, "Well, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's over an inch." I mean, it was like I actually got calipers out and measured it, and it was like just a hair over a 1/4 of an inch. And I was like, "Oh crap, let me call them." And they said, "Well, the only way that I know that we can do it is if we already done one." So
we're talking measuring things in calipers, freaking soldiers all over this one.
Yeah, and so I actually she got on the phone and she got it and actually looked it up to see if they've done one, and she's like, okay, there's only one, right? It says, yeah. Is it one with where a black dude is about to punch a blonde in the face? I said, yeah, that's the one. Can you do it? And there's like silence on the phone, and she's like, "Yeah, we can do it. When can you send it?" I'm like, okay.
You're like, yes, it's the cover that glorifies domestic violence. Fucking grade my shit. she's like, sir.
I mean, I kid you not, that was a real conversation.
Oh, I believe it 100%.
Oh, he's still muted. Yeah,
we can't hear you, soldier.
He's like, I don't understand why I'm muted.
You know what I'm saying? I really did employments. I volunteered for employment so I could get the cock.
Hey, soldier, is that really beer you're drinking or Mott's apple juice?
He's like,
cider.
It's actually urine because when I was in the
if that's what his urine looks like, he should seek medical attention.
He's like,
I'm a nephrologist near you. Has a consistency of molasses.
Why does it burn so much? We told you to leave the girls down at the freaking driftwood alone, asshole.
Girls?
Fair. Yeah, true. In his case, it's that dude outside the truck stop.
He puts that pop filter on his mic just so it doesn't give it STDs.
He's never gonna let his mic cut out again after this. He's gonna get one.
You don't go to the strip club just outside of base, okay? God.
And the mic has AIDS now.
He's like, I'm gonna have to rod my mic off the range because I got the herper.
And the show just changed from talking with vets to talking with decent people who won't make fun of me when I can't defend myself.
He's like, I'm never having veterans on my stream again. These guys are assholes.
So he's like, I'm changing the stream to talking herpes with veterans.
Well, I mean, let's face it, we are the experts. We need some corpsmen on here.
Watch it. He just probably hasn't plugged in.
Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again?
It's fine. Just
I thought you guys were actually fucking with me. I didn't realize it was off this entire time.
Are you fucking? How do you not realize that your mic has a giant light on it?
Because I had the fucking pop thing covered and I couldn't see it.
And ladies and gentlemen, this goes to prove that Air Force is a superior division because an Army guy didn't realize that his mic wasn't on.
Okay, hold up. I've still been here. Let's say half the Army.
Half.
Scored higher.
Half
I
the
scored
armor.
higher on my ASVAB.
Military intelligence, everybody.
Well, hold up. You were military intelligence?
Ground surveillance systems operator.
Well, you know what? You know, when they keep on saying that there was weapons of mass destruction, and I mean, you know what? It might actually got that information and was on good faith, if that was the case.
Men like
Dude, why the fuck? Why am I on two screens?
Oh my god.
I thought you guys were just fucking with me the entire time, and I had no idea that it really wasn't my mic really wasn't on.
Somebody's gonna play back this video and be like, Raster's doing voiceover, and it's.
You know how hard that'd be, you talking over you on a stream with you in our ear.
Right.
And now look at his mic. Now it's now all. Yeah, it definitely has HIV now.
Yeah, there it is.
I turn it purple, and
we all said we couldn't hear you. We kept telling you.
I thought
hey,
you were fucking
your
with
mic
me.
Is off. We said your mic was dead.
Dude,
the one time you were actually trying to help, and he doesn't believe us.
Dude, how can you not know that mic is not on? And when you turn it on, it instantly looks like it dropped Molly.
He's like, I don't know. He's like, I just don't understand why my mic with the phone looked like a rainbow.
Yeah, you kept like we kept seeing your mouth moving, and we're all like, your mic doesn't work. Why are you even talking? It makes no sense.
I thought we were having a joke. I really was going like this. I had no idea that. What? Dude, I'm tired, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, as soon as you turn that mic on, your mic actually, I mean, it's no way you cannot know that thing's not on. I mean, as soon as you turn it on, it blocked me on Twitter.
And there it is.
So,
yeah, exactly.
Velma? Anybody?
we can talk about
Velma.
Velma.
How about Velma?
Yeah.
That's what I kept on saying. I kept on saying, how about Velma? And I couldn't understand why nobody started talking about Velma.
Fuck.
Okay. All right. Let's move on, guys.
Yeah.
Who saw Velma?
I did. It's a show.
And how painful was it for you, Ryan? You definitely had a big pop. You got pretty excited when I mentioned that before I realized nobody could hear me.
Yeah. It was like literally like right after that the joke ensued. Okay, so Velma's not good, by the way. What the
That is an understatement of the century.
How the fuck are you doing that?
Shit, well, quit blowing me up, you stupid asshole.
I don't like it when you blow me up like that, okay?
I imagine there's several people in Iraq who think similar things of him.
I told you I'm sensitive there. You know what? Let's let other people go about Velma, because I have a clip that I actually want to show. It's the only thing that I actually liked, and it's because I laughed so hard that they actually had like a little bit of character development, and then of course it also at the same time is like super corny. But so if anybody else wants to go first, and then we can, if you don't mind, I'll show that clip. It's only like 30 seconds, and you won't get
Dermy, Mr. 20 videos and 2,000 hours worth of watch time now.
Yes, hi.
So weird.
I'm trying to do something. Anyways, no, I really like the show. Well, I like the show because of all the content I'm getting out of it.
You like the show for all the wrong reasons.
It is pure garbage. It is the worst thing that I've ever seen. On par with Rings of Power and all that nonsense. I think what makes it more annoying is that it's blatantly just hatred. It's hatred of the source material. It's hatred of the fans. It's all things wrong in modern Hollywood. And people are too stupid to realize that, no, this is exactly This is exactly what we've been complaining about. But they think, no, this is evidence that she's right-wing, when in reality, no, this is just She-Hulk. It's just one step over the line that they say, no, it's right-wing.
It's like, oh, it's an anti-psyop, essentially. It's just like, bro, we would do a better job of it than this.
Oh, we would actually make it funny. They would hate it so much. But
because
we would be laughing
funny and entertaining and still take the piss out of them constantly, which is what we do on our channels all the time.
Yeah. We could actually write this comedy using all their logic. We would make millions, but we would acknowledge it and laugh at it because everybody else would realize, yes, this is a joke.
Yeah, and the funny thing is the best comeback they have is to try to mock us with, like, you know, freaking She-Hulk going after Doomcock or like whatever else. And it's just like, you're proving our point that we know you're paying attention. We know you know what we think of this, and you're intentionally going the other way.
I'm just so over them taking, you know, stuff from your childhood that you care about, that meant something to you, and just totally raking over the coals, just like how they did with He-Man, you know? So it's the same thing. I just can't wait for Yogi Bear, for them to turn into a black bear and him to spend the whole show telling Ranger Smith about his white privilege. That's you know, going to be just great.
Yeah, Clinton's right. I mean, this makes Lower Decks look good, and that's coming from an actual Star Trek fan. That show is physically painful to me.
Yeah.
Really? Worse than Lower Decks? I don't know.
I would argue this is...
We're talking about Velma?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
This show is freaking awful. Like,
oh, it's not good. Trust me. I know.
It's on par with She-Hulk, and She-Hulk was pure garbage that had no point in existing.
It's like, if it was down to this, or, you know, going balls first onto a chain link fence, I might have to pick the fence.
I'm on the fence about that.
A chain link fence?
I have a hard time with Lower Decks because literally we saw a Lower Deck member's butthole. So
yes.
I'm kind of struggling with that. I don't think Velma is that bad, but it sure is probably one of the worst shows this year. I think the only things that are going to be worse would be She-Hulk, Willow, and National Treasure. And the reason I say that is because Velma tries to be unironically funny. It tries to kind of, like, you know, bat the ball back and forth of like, oh, we're going to make fun of this. We're going to make fun of this side. And it's like, they're trying to find like that balance, but it's so like hollow. It doesn't work.
It's the same thing that happened with The Boys. People came out saying, oh, The Boys season, whatever the fuck just came by was great and fantastic, because see, they're making fun of both sides, but you can't make fun of both sides if you're just slapping one side, going to the other side and unleashing a fucking Gatling gun on them.
Yeah, that was season 2. Season 2, in my opinion, of The Boys was the worst. I think season 3 slightly was better. Of course, unless you the fucking first episode where dude fucking got tiny and jumped in guy's pee hole.
Yeah,
that was actually a play on a. I actually know where that came from. That's kind of sad.
Well, the Ant-Man and Thanos.
Yeah, that was the Ant-Man and Thanos meme.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah, they was like, well, why don't Ant-Man just shrink down and go up his ass or whatever, and then that would have killed Thanos. And I think somebody made a cartoon meme of that online, and that was like all the rage or whatever around the time of Endgame.
Oh, that's not what I got from that.
Because Ant-Man wasn't there during Infinity War.
Well, that's what they were all saying, but that was before they had like the sequel to Ant-Man, and around the time like Infinity War was happening or whatever, that movie hadn't released. Ant-Man, the second Ant-Man came out after.
I keep forgetting that there's a second Ant-Man, and I like Ant-Man.
So did
he was just a character that was just MIA during that, and then it got explained after the fact. But everybody was saying, well, why don't they just get Ant-Man to go up his ass and do that or whatever, and
or in his ear. Yeah.
I don't want to go off course here too much, but let's just say he did go up Thanos's ass. Thanos is strong enough to physically fight the whole kick his ass. You think just because you become bigger, you're gonna chances are you're gonna snap your neck and die inside his ass.
So you saying that his rectum is? Are we really talking about Thanos' strength of his rectum?
That makes me think about the Thanos
all right,
Halloween statue.
So who watched episode 4 of Velma, and what did they think about the fact that the hot girls were getting murdered? And the mayor and the police chief thought that by uggifying them would save their life.
Hey! I'm pushing back first. Their first idea was the Hope Project, okay, where they would get a bunch of police guards to protect the sexiest girls within Crystal Cove that they originally got to pick.
That's true.
Then they told Velma to pick them, and Velma was having problems because she's gay for Daphne, but at the same time wants to fuck Fred.
So she's bi.
I don't think she's bi anymore after the end of that episode.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Dude, they want to make her full on gay. They want to make her gay.
Yeah.
Mindy Kaling, and like I've been doing a lot of deep dive into Velma, like news and everything. Mindy Kaling has come out and said Velma is a icon for gay women. Mm-hmm. She is a gay woman's icon. She's not. They want to make her gay for some bizarre reason. She's that girl next door that she.
Which the funny part is, the gay community is the one that's been saying that. There has never been any indication previously in any show that she's actually gay or whatever.
Only time they have any indication that she was gay full on was the last movie that came out last year, Scooby-Doo, Trick or Treat, whatever, when they made her blatantly gay. Prior to that, they tried to go to these virtue signaling comments from James Gunn where he said, well, I wanted to make her gay in the live action, but those comments came out in 2016. And then another virtue signaling comment from the director of Mystery Inc. where he said, well, I implied she and this other character named Hot Dog Water were getting into a relationship when I viewed it as them just being very close friends. So they link these bullshit things after the fact to say, well, she's gay, when we have blatant evidence that she's been.
Meanwhile, you have people creating fanfics on the internet trying to create dots that aren't, or connect dots that aren't connecting.
Yeah, like she's a right-wing conspiracy. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I can't.
Well, although like they start off episode 3 with the whole recap from the last episode, and then now here we'll solve the question of that everyone wants to know. Am I, Velma, a les? And then they cut off like it's some fucking joke. No, nobody fucking really wants to have that question solved. It was some funny little fucking theory that people had that she might be a fucking lesbian, but it's nothing more than that. It's the same thing like Dermy, you were talking about the origin of the fucking glasses. Nobody gives a fuck. But they're making it like it is because it's the fucking narcissism of Mindy Kaling and all these other ones. They want to fucking make this whole new canon to Scooby-Doo.
You brought up that Jinkies and Zoinks are drugs.
Yeah, they're drugs.
And that went over my head. We have the rumor that Gigi might be nicknamed Scooby with an I.
Yep.
God, please let it happen. We have, in this last episode, in episode 4, you have Sam's character, Norville, but that's Sam. He's not Shaggy. Come out and say, I'm terrified, and nowhere in my history will I ever explore a abandoned amusement park. Then it's just so freaking awful. But at the same time, they know these meta jokes. They know these meta references to the point that they're coming out and having Sam's character be sober constantly, admit that he doesn't like drugs or anything like that. But the idea that they were always just high is nothing more than a fan joke, because there are a bunch of kids in the 70s and 60s driving around in a groovy van, in the age of hippies with a talking dog where the dog and the Shaggy are always hungry. It was just a joke, but now
I think they think they're foreshadowing with the drug thing. That he's making a joke about 420 and everything. I think they're foreshadowing. I think they actually have an intention to have an origin story to him being introduced to weed. Is what they're going to do. I'm dead serious. I think that's what they're going to do.
My God, if they actually make him a pothead, I'm going to.
I guarantee it. I guarantee that's what they're doing. They're foreshadowing.
It's nothing more than a joke, a funny joke. That's all it ever was. The whole
So was
dynamic
her
of
being
the
lesbian.
Scooby game.
Well, I mean, when you look at it, these people obviously don't understand humor. So,
no, they don't.
No.
And then, of course, when the live action movies, from Sarah Michelle Gellar, Freddie Prinze Jr., and Linda Cardellini came out, like that was a pretty good. Whether you like the movies or not, that was a pretty good representation of the characters, right?
Yeah.
And Velma was always meant to be like, she's very smart, but at the same time, there was a low key little bit of like, what if? And the movie has explored that. They didn't go like super over the top unless it was like, the extreme entire thing. Damn, man. Your chair sounds like leather ass cheeks.
Oh, you can hear that shit.
Yeah.
I know it.
No.
Jesus.
It's like.
I asked on one of the other streams. I said, "This is really loud. Is anybody hearing this?"
We have 2 live action Scooby-Doo shows. Both of them have shown Velma as being straight, and the second one that she gets with Shaggy. This is a franchise that people have loved for generations, have acknowledged is nothing more than wholesome. And if you share my screen, soldier, please and thank
70s.
you.
The 70s.
Okay. You cannot sit here and tell me that this smoking hot babe is a les.
Okay, well,
this is pure man love.
Just for the record, pull up Linda Cardellini from the movie, and then of course it'll.
Listen, Linda Cardellini is hot, but
she's very hot as Velma, but she's also still super nerdy. Which like would you rather have Daphne or Velma? Like
honestly, Velma.
Yeah,
yes.
Linda Cardellini is Velma. Yeah,
Yeah.
from the movies, Velma.
Definitely.
Like, take me to fucking Velma Town.
Listen, especially because what's her name?
I don't disagree,
Sarah
but redheads
Michelle
will also
Gellar
make you do
is-
incredibly stupid things. So,
Yeah, Sarah Michelle Gellar was Daphne though, and
yeah.
Sarah Michelle Gellar lost a lot of her hotness after Buffy was over.
yeah.
Kind
Wait,
of.
was there another live action Velma and Daphne show?
I think they did something that was just the 2 of them, but I can't remember. It wasn't important enough.
It was Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Oh, that's right.
I'm looking.
No one else
I'm
got
sorry,
that
I'm-
reference.
I'm looking at Linda Cardellini when she's in the latex suit right now.
No, not the latex suit. No, the classical suit with their hair like this. All right,
I know. I'm pulling it up now, but
you're ruining it,
suit.
motherfucker.
That suit.
Freddie Cuck Jr.
Yeah, here it is.
Yes, he is.
I mean, I'd still take Velma. I'd take Velma. to
Oh,
downtown
without
any
question.
day of the week.
Without fucking question.
I mean, hell, is one of them side by side? Then the answer is yes.
Of course, I would take the one that's just down, so it's right over and no.
The one with the low cut top, maybe.
Yes, the one with the low cup top.
Oh.
That one. That's my Velma. She's smart, but at the same time she's smoking. That's Velma.
Welcome, Tina, as we're now sitting here judging the appearance of women. The first one.
Yes. Listen, we're men. Of course we are. Come on.
Everybody knows that that's inspired.
A
from
bunch of
Velma,
veterans. It's going
like
to
fan art.
Hi, Tina. Sorry.
Naughty librarian.
I'm just saying though, I put this on Twitter because somebody after the show debuted, they did like a rendering, somebody drew it. And I was like, that looks like Velma. And then I put a picture of Lynn this one.
Yes, Tina.
Tina knows what's up.
Oh yeah. She's beyond hot.
Hell, even this version of Velma, which was only shown on Cartoon Network, had 2 movies, was also attractive. She also went from Disney to Cartoon Network. But she was also attractive but disappeared. Like Velma can be attractive, What we have now is Mindy Kaling, and Mindy Kaling has never been hot.
Oh wait, that was the wrong time to play the music when you start talking about Mindy Kaling.
Yeah. No, play that music
No,
again.
that's the perfect time to stop playing.
Start talking about Velma again.
You know, we just start playing that, and then the record just scratches as soon as we mention Mindy Kaling.
Velma has always been the nerdy girl next door. Like we brought up, we're right here. Like, this is the girl you end up getting with in the end. This is the girl you end up being like, damn, she has the better assets than Daphne.
Yes, she's smart, she's sexy in a low-key way, and it's quite frankly, you're like, I will take that home to mom. You know why? Because mom will appreciate it, and I'll get to do the same thing later on.
Yeah,
y'all are a bunch
and
of
you know
simp.
she knows some crazy stuff.
We're
Thirsty motherfucker.
Pope, you gotta take off, buddy.
Yeah, I got other places to be and more shits to post.
You're gonna
all
look
right.
up in the
Go ahead.
Thanks for having me on again, guys. It's been fun as always, and you know all of the horrible things we do on this stream that I'll never recover from. But you guys can catch me tomorrow on my own channel for Rock and Roll Religion. Please follow me over on Rumble if you get a chance. I'm going to be doing a lot more exclusive content on there, talking about things that Mama Susan will slap us in the nuts for. And then you can catch me on somebody's Rock Fans channel every Monday for It's Only Talk and Roll. And tomorrow I think we'll be covering the Ramones, so that should be kick-ass. One of the only good things to ever come out of New Jersey. But,
hey, Pope.
All right.
You got,
all right.
Real quick, you got 30 more seconds to play the video of the episode?
Oh, I do.
Okay. All right.
You do? What are we?
Whip it
We're
out.
watching gay porn now? Why are we doing that?
We are watching gay porn, goddammit! Oh, that's not what I want.
That's after the stream.
I got news for you.
All right. So, I just want to include everybody. I hated this. I've hated this damn show, but this is the only thing that I've liked about the whole entire show because it actually had character development. And 3, 2, 1, go.
Damn it. Now you look hot and relatable. Like an athlete who wears glasses. Ugh, just put on the sleeping bag.
Okay, I think I did laugh during that moment.
Oh God.
How do we do our hair? Wet bun or cut it, baby?
No, this was a crime. That was a crime.
It's not.
I get it. I get it. They're 15-year-olds, and it's creepy to say this, but they were attractive. Why are you taking them away from our viewing?
Okay.
They want to make everything.
I'm out of here.
It's the idea of uglifying.
Why didn't I leave?
Have a good night, guys.
I just want to share the love. Bitch, you left. No, I'm kidding.
There was a moment, and I don't remember which episode it was. It was either 3 or 4. I do remember having a laughing moment. Yeah, I did have puberty.
No, that one legitimately had me laughing because you know what? It was actually the first time, not just because it was kind of cringe, but it had actual character development, like you know the hot girls to where Velma's trying to help them, and they actually kind of came together to like do stuff. It's like that's a character arc in a story.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God. And then they kind of like encompassed it like with an actual, you know, like montage with a song. It's like, oh, they're showing a progression of characters.
That ends up
they're showing progressives.
No, what? Yeah,
regressives.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're showing a certain amount of progression, but I'm talking about character progression where it actually had, it was something that actually, had the rest of the episode been good, you probably would have actually had like I don't know, maybe a 6.5 out of 10.
The rest of the episode got creepier and creepier.
Again, it did. It did.
We go to these are 15-year-old kids.
16 because some of them drive.
I thought they were 15 or 16.
Some of them drive, so they got to be at least like 16, 17, but they're still under fucking age.
I agree with you.
I guarantee they're supposed to be 15, but they're not even paying attention to the fact that they're fucking driving. They're just putting them in fucking cars. These people don't care.
Oh, I remember the scene that made me laugh. It was when Velma had to go to Fred to judge the sexy women.
Yep.
And Velma, she's going down the list, and she goes to the last one. Goes like, "What is it? Inner beauty or something?" And it's outward rack size.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Because it's acknowledging, she has a nice rack. So what?
Yeah.
The crazy thing is that they keep on talking about, like, if they're anywhere else outside the show, they'll be like saying that's objectifying women and stuff, and then they go on, actually, let's go to the max and ham-fisted on top of that. It just blows my mind and everything that they thought this was going to be great.
Shaming. They call what Velma was doing slut shaming in the episode. It's like
literally like right after that montage where they actually tried to like build a little character development, a little bit of like laughs, like maybe a little goodwill, where people might like go, "Oh my god, that's actually something that you would see in like maybe a show that's decent." And then of course the girls literally end up in the principal's office, and the principal is or I'm sorry,
it's the mayor.
The mayor, yeah. The mayor and the sheriff are like, "I thought you said you were going to take care of this," and she's like, "What the hell? What'd you guys do?" And she's like, "Velma, you're slut shaming all of us." And it's like, you literally took like these shallow girls and Velma, who's shallow as well, and you kind of brought them together in a weird way. Yes, it's super weird because they bonded over like misogyny or whatever, or like, appreciating your female body.
But getting in touch with their goddess.
But it was still.
But how about the entire
funny?
But the entire arc of the episode comes around in the learning experience when what feels like the last half of the episode is based around the pregnancy of, I don't know what the hell you call her the baby mama of her fucking dad
girlfriend.
is pregnant.
Girlfriend who owns scooters.
Yeah,
pregnant on a sidewalk, and they need to get people to move. There's no real explanation of what the fuck the whole reason of it is, but there's a crowd around because everyone's obsessed with this idea of childbirth. So the cop and everyone else just wants to turn to a viewing experience, and nobody will actually make room for an ambulance to come in for them to get them out of there. It went on for so fucking long, and the whole time I'm going, what the hell is even happening here? Why is this a thing? The whole premise of this is happening for no fucking reason. It made no goddamn fucking sense. But then the conclusion is that the girls need to get hot again to distract the men. The 15-year-old girls need to get hot so that the guys will go away.
I'm gonna give some mild
please,
pushback
go ahead.
during my review, because how I do it, I go through frame by frame sometimes. There was one woman that went along with the sexy girls. It wasn't just the men.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I'm basically saying it wasn't just men that went after the sexy girls. There was a lesbian too.
Yeah.
I'm just saying though, like the first part of the episode is about the mayor and like the sheriff, who's like the typical sheriff, but at the same time though, it's not it. So there's a sheriff, and then of course there's Daphne's moms, who are like, two detective police officers. So you have like two separate sides of.
Where was the sheriff when the prison break happened?
He wasn't there. He wasn't there.
Can somebody answer this question? And you two have obviously seen the show. I've been watching it. I watch it basically twice because I have to go through it for my review again.
Yep.
Where the what's the overall story? Like, where have we come from, and where are we now in the overall story?
Velma's trying to find her mother, and Daphne is trying to find her biological mother. So Velma's mother has been missing for like, forever, possibly murdered, whatever. And her last cell phone ping was like at the Fred's parents' estate. And then of course Daphne is looking for her biological mother, because she was raised by two lesbian police officers, one black, one white. But she's trying to find her parents, and so they've been trying to help each other. However, there's a serial killer on the loose who's murdering only the hot girls from high school. So in this last episode, Velma, instead of giving all the girls like a police/sheriff detail, because I guess there's no distinction, Velma had to like hot them, make them uglier. And that was, and as I said, that was like the only character progression I've actually fucking seen in the show, where opposite sides of the coin tried to come together and find a meeting in the middle, and it actually came into like a quirky little 20-second clip. And that was fucking it. It lasted probably 20 seconds through the music montage. And then, of course, on either side of it, an additional like 15 seconds, and they took it away like that. So you have like less than a minute where they literally took what happened and they fucking just shit on it. And it's like, Velma, you're slut shaming us. We want to be hot. We don't care what happens to us if we get killed. It's like,
well, the thing that I'm pointing out is we're 4 episodes in. I'm not expecting to be close to the middle, close to the end, close to whatever point, and the overarching mystery. Like, how are we progressing through this? Like, what are we getting to? Our 4 episodes have been Fred gets arrested. Fred goes to prison unjustifiably.
Fred has a small penis.
Fred has small penis. We have Daphne and Velma get together.
Well, they have feelings, and they've made out a couple times in that, but they have
Clinton's theory is kind of what I was going with.
So
I think it'd be so fucking weird. I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out to be Velma's mom killing him for some fucking weird ass reason.
I was kind of thinking the same thing.
I'm starting.
Let me say this: I have not followed this show like y'all have, and I will have to say this: y'all are applying the logic of the expectation of just a normal story arc, aka just writing in general. You're not going to get that. You're just not going to get that. It's just words on a page. It would not blow my mind to hear that they just put like a bunch of messages and a few situation scenarios inside of a hat, and they just fucking draw it and everything to make an episode.
So funny you say that. I recently went over a video, and I might need to find it, where Mindy Kaling and the director of the show were doing an interview about the show. The director came out and said he always wanted to do a season-long mystery because it's funner to go back from the beginning and watch it. To put it all together, like know the ending and move forward. I'm sitting here after hearing that, like, but
So
where have we come and where are we going? I'm starting to think, who's the guy who made Knives Out, Last Jedi, and
Rian Johnson.
Dumbass.
Rian Johnson.
Rian.
I'm
Rian
about
Johnson.
to think we are about to see another Rian Johnson Glass Onion Knives Out thing, where he thinks he's very clever and smart in making this mystery, when in reality, he's the stupidest person ever, and things happen to happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there is a unique thing that you can see in the 4th episode that is plain view, and I'm trying to figure out how the fuck Candace Wu? Yeah. Candace Wu's character, Daphne, doesn't see it in the middle of the street. Oh, look!
The manhole cover? Yeah.
The manhole cover is open. Nobody's there. Everything looks clear. What the heck happened? The manhole cover is fucking open. Why don't you go investigate that shit?
Clinton is absolutely right. The story, the jokes, and everything just seem like it's just a fucking mishmash. They had these ideas. Let's just throw this in here, throw this in here, throw this in here, and they just throw it in. It's completely fucking random. It makes no fucking sense whatsoever. It's being picked by fucking manatees.
Except the only manatee in this show is Mindy Kaling.
No.
Oh, I guarantee there's a whole lot of other ones in the writer's room.
Real quick.
Oh, with just pink wigs on.
I'm starting to put this together.
Yeah. It's like
Episode
She-Hulk.
1, when we get introduced to Candace's mom, because I do not acknowledge these people as Velma and all of them. When we get introduced to that, Constance, not Candace, Constance. They say, hey, we haven't seen you around the house in several years. What happened? In episode 3? Yeah, episode 3, we find out they live next door to each other.
Yep.
Constance Wu and Mindy Kaling. How do you not see your neighbor in years?
Basically, Velma and Daphne, they live next to each other. But yeah, no, you find out that they hadn't seen each other in years because Daphne's lesbian police mothers they're like, oh honey, they're like, we haven't seen you in so long, and it's like, oh my god, and it's like it's so terrible that quite frankly in the second episode one of the high school girls is murdered and thrown into Velma's house's
beginning of the first episode, ending of the first episode is when
we
don't go back to it till episode 4. I'm episode 2 to have Hitler.
Yeah. Fred gets to play the Hitler-esque style because he has to look like a little charming baby boy. He's like, hi everybody, and stuff like that. And then it like rains. And of course he has like Hitler must. It's so terrible.
His eyelash fell down and slipped down onto his fucking lip.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Because we had to get this joke in of us always calling people Hitler, yet he's literally Hitler this time. The way we get it to happen is it randomly starts raining and then clears up.
Yeah.
They always have to go for the same simple jokes.
Literally, the video I put out, which was less than 5 minutes, the episode 4 review, because episode 3 was just a mishmash of nonsense. It was just the girls like, what Lord, the girls need to learn how to like do self-defense, and it's like, okay, well, what about the guys? It's like, well, we don't have enough money to teach.
We only have $50. We don't have enough money to unteach centuries long of
misogyny. Or
toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity. So, Velma and Daphne end up beating the shit out of like everybody. And then of course, because they have the lesbian feelings. Daphne, Velma turns Daphne down because she says she still has feelings for Fred. Daphne like roundhouse kicks Velma into like the wall. And wins, and then of course it's so.
Well, remember how Constance ends up winning the overall tournament. There is a fighting tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why? But how she wins
among women for self-defense class, which is supposed to be a self-defense class, turns into who is the least vulnerable or some shit like that.
The least vulnerable, and first place gets a gun.
Let's just put it like this. Let's just put it like this. This show needs to have more Alec Baldwin in it.
Yes.
Well, he's going to jail, so that's not going to happen.
Going to jail. That's
no. The purple-haired female armorer is definitely going to jail. He'll probably get off.
Man, I can smell her the moment I see her videos.
Yeah. Wow.
Dermy, say that again. Say that again.
I can smell her the moment I see a video of her.
Oh, okay. Just one of that sound bites.
Silence the lambs there.
Just say it again. I can smell it.
That's not me. That's not me complimenting her, by the way. That's me demeaning her. I can smell her in a video. That means she looks greasy and rank, and I should not go within 10 miles.
Wait.
100 miles of
greasy. Greasy. So you're basically, is that because she put the lotion on the skin?
Oh no, I was just
or
thinking
should she get the hose again?
I was just
she should get the hose again.
The fact that he likes the extra cheese on the taco, so it's that'll
he does. Dermy definitely tucks it in front of the mirror. I can see it now. Look. He's like, would you fart me out? Fart me.
He's like, could you put that guac on the taco too, because I like that.
Or you? The cops come by and said, "Have you looking? Was she a fat woman?
Yeah, was she a big old fat girl?"
Damn it. Say I'd fuck me. Say it.
Well, turn your camera off. Don't do it. Oh.
Hey, Raster. Yeah. You love this picture, don't you? Does this picture give you all the joy in the world?
It gives me the most Twitter interactions ever.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
My favorite part is the ankle bracelet because you know what? If you're gonna do things right, you gotta have that ankle bracelet.
Yeah, you gotta make sure it goes off before it gets within 1,000 feet of a skull.
Oh no, that just means you're always gonna know where she is. So it's like baby, don't go down by the mailbox. If you go 5 feet past that shit, you're gonna get the ankle bracelet gonna go off. I don't want to talk to the sheriff department again.
You know what? I'm gonna have a secret weapon on the ready. Just.
I don't know. I might be a little biased, but I grew up in a small town, so I understand the ankle bracelet thing.
Yeah, Dermy,
I do
Dermy, your boos mean nothing. I know what makes you cheer.
That's not it. Come on, man. You can do better.
Yeah,
Put Brie Larson's feet all over your face like you're just like.
It's
that
like a
neck
Dermy
tattoo.
sandwich.
Oh my god!
Come on, man.
What?
Come on, man.
You want me to put Brie Larson's feet all over me? Is that what you want?
That's what I want. Do it.
We want some.
Okay.
I want you to have some female interaction.
I have some female interaction.
Oh.
Sure, buddy.
I'm getting shit worked out. Shut up. Let's change topics. Here.
How about Crowder?
You know what?
Okay, yeah, let's go to Crowder.
You know what?
Crowder.
Here.
Oh, Crowder. It's a mix.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna hold off on the Crowder thing, but yeah, Raster, I know you really wanted to talk about that.
Oh yeah,
actually,
it's a big conflict with me.
Oh,
yeah, we.
Sorry,
yeah,
sorry, man.
I like that. I liked it before that. Do that
My
again.
bad.
So yeah, there you go.
So this Dermy guy, fuck him.
So much for the Legion of Memers. Jesus.
Like, might be a civilian, but fuck you.
He's like, I fucking hate you guys, okay? He's like, I'm gonna listen to Man, I Feel Like a Woman and invite all my ugly friends over.
Is it bad that I do kind of want to watch Man, I Feel Like a Woman? And then I want to watch that music video now.
Look, it's a great
Dermy
song.
Now. Watching Dermy now is like a modern day like adaptation of like Buffalo Bill's origin story. So
we know where it's heading.
I love his reactions because it's like I just hit that spot just right. Love you, Dermy. Love you, man.
I'm not even acknowledging your existence.
It's like in The Water Boy when the after the guy takes the book from the coach and he calls his grandma and he's in high heels. He's all, I just hate him. I hate him. I hate him.
I kissed a dude without asking and threatened to fire people if they said anything. I don't know why I gave her a southern accent. What a bitch.
Because I'm talking.
Yeah.
So the Crowder thing is a very mixed bag. It's really a thing where like there is some wrong in this, I do believe. Like there on both parties. With that being said, there is a certain level of like who is doing the most wrong, and I'm just gonna say that just blanket it's gonna be Daily Wire. I will say Daily Wire. That's my personal feeling. Well, here's the thing is that it's what I'm okay. The way Crowder did it, I do not agree with like him doing it the way like saying this out loud. Like his first video probably shouldn't have even happened. It just should not have even happened. I will say that. Like this is kind of like you're going to sit there and complain about $50 million in when everybody else and everything. It's like read the room. Like your audience and everything is not making $50 million. So it's kind of like in bad taste, and then they could be complaining about your contract and make a video about it. I do believe that it is probably a tactic to kind of like, hey, this is like it's everything with him is always like a fight. Like, I'm fighting for, against big tech. I'm fighting against this and everything. He's just making another big bad to be able to justify, I'm going to start my own gig or whatever. Please come over to my side or whatever and sign and make subscriptions. I acknowledge that. But the thing is that he did leave the boogeyman to be a little ominous or whatever. And then Daily Wire just came out and, just complete mask off about the whole thing.
Yep.
And they didn't need to do that. And it was kind of like, let Crowder have his boogeyman. Sure, why not? But when y'all sit there and did that, and then you sit Candace Owens out on them and to put them on like Tim Pool show and everything, I was like, okay, all right, now you really kind of like got underneath my skin.
I think Candace was actually meant to be on Tim Pool like before that. I don't think that. Well, actually,
yeah, she was. She was scheduled a month in advance.
That's like super fucking weird because guess what? Steven Crowder is supposed to be on Tim Pool on Monday.
Well, that's because they scheduled him the moment Crowder said, from now on, I will be doing a press tour. I will be going out. If you want to do an interview, come ask me. Nick Rekieta's trying to get an interview with him right now because Crowder is serious.
Yeah, but that sounds super fucking suspect, right? Literally after all the drama, like, Steven Crowder, he's like, I got this offer. He's like, I think it's like trash. It's like whatever. Then of course Daily Wire comes out with this. It's like it was this, and then Candace Owens was on Tim Pool, and then Steven Crowder is going to be on Tim Pool.
I'm not trying to be mean or anything because you might be right, but at the same time, I think you're grasping at straws just because I think you're connecting dots that aren't there. It looks suspicious, but I don't think it. I think it's actually a coincidence.
I have a lot to say about this one. This is
well, just for the record, I don't, because unfortunately I have to get up early and meet my cousin in Orlando. So I don't want to. It's like 12 a.m. here. I appreciate you guys, and I hate to run out on a conversation. Why the fuck did you make me that big? I'm like, oh, I'm just kidding.
We will be taking that. Thank you very much.
I don't give a shit if you want to fucking like do this. Like, fuck.
It's okay. This is your way of taking the L. It's okay, dude. It's okay. Don't you?
It's okay. I want to take the L because I like Velma and I appreciate all the things that. No, I'm just kidding. No, I would love to talk about this, but I do have to go. So next time I hope to
I'm trying to give you attention, dude. I'm trying to give you the full screen so you can get your attention and sell your wares and shit.
So
I can just remove you from the screen altogether if you want.
I like it when he does this right here because I get to see what's in his beard. It's a little white. It's a little white crusty right there at the.
Yeah, it's a little. So no. Tomorrow
it's not
night.
gray hair.
Just shut the fuck up, fuckers. Tomorrow night, Legion. We're gonna be doing the Phoenix Legion podcast. I can't even fucking talk. At 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my Legion Wired channel, and then of course Monday night with Joker Voice, the Samuel the Infamous, not Samuel, sorry, Shadow, and then of course 300 Mirrors Lily. We're going to be talking Game of Thrones season 2 episode 1, and then of course Friday night's Royal Rumble will be next Friday. So I appreciate you guys. It's been a lot of fun, and quite frankly, I still like that clip of Velma because you know what? Quite frankly, I like Shania Twain, and that's about as gay as it gets. See you guys.
I got news for you.
Shit.
Wait, are you coming out? Is that what's happening there?
Why'd I have to be highlighted on that?
Devil, what's your take on this whole Crowder thing? I'm kind of curious.
I had to hold back on the Legion stream because I knew if I went full bore, Green Rocks would probably be upset. I think that if anybody who has watched Crowder since the very beginning, I think you misunderstand a lot of stuff if you don't take that into consideration. The man is very generous. Like I said, he pays his interns way above minimum wage. even though you don't have to pay interns. It's never been about the money with him. If you see how he acts, the stuff he does, he's not. It is about with the Daily Wire. Let's be honest. If you had everyone who's seen they're acting like the Daily Wire is honesty and they're being transparent stuff. Just think about how they would act with the elites, right? How we see it. If you had a Hollywood party and you had Ben Shapiro and Steven Crowder take into it, Ben Shapiro would buy a $2,000 suit because his $1,800 one is just not nice enough. He would go there, he would smooze, he would kiss their ass, even though they call him a Nazi, even though they call him all these bad things, because in his mind, even though he believes what he's saying, I'm not saying Ben Shapiro doesn't believe what he's saying. I'm saying it's still, in his mind, business. It's still money. These are still contacts he can make. So he would go there and he'd pass out cards and he'd be, laughing it up with them. Crowder would probably dress up in some awful costume and make a complete fun of it. He would show up in drag or something to mock them. Who are you going to trust? The guy who fits in with the people who hate you, or the dude who makes fun of the people who hate you?
All right, correct.
That is such a great fucking example.
I'm gonna give some pushback. I do think Crowder would dress.
Correct me.
Hold on, I heard Raster first. Go ahead.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I just want you to look at this and everything, because I think the big thing is that in the end of whatever, it's like anybody that can be an advocate now for someone like myself or anybody that I'm associated with personally in my inner circle, it is a benefit to me and everything. And that's who I'm going to probably naturally support and everything, as long as they keep their principles about them. When we put it like this, when Crowder comes out and says things, he generally, gets the shaft. How many suspensions did he probably get in just last year alone? And then the year before that, oh my God. The guy and everything literally takes the L when it comes to, in terms of what happens with his. He's not even monetized on his channel, even though he has more viewership than someone like Ben Shapiro. Now, keep that in mind. All right. So this guy has more viewership than Ben Shapiro. Supposedly supposed to be on the same side of the political spectrum. But you ever find it kind of odd that somehow Michael Knowles, all of them, and for God's sakes, you got Matt Walsh, who makes a video, makes a movie, a documentary about what is a woman, but somehow they managed to circumvent and not once get a suspension or anything. But Crowder can do it and everything with a drop of a hat. Now tell me who's in bed with big tech and who isn't.
Why is it that Ben Shapiro gets to go eat massive dinners with guy from Facebook? What's his name? Zuckerberg, and Crowder doesn't. Now, when Devil made the whole thing about hey, they go into a political party, whatever, Crowder would dress probably nice and fancy enough, but at the same time, it would be like the blue collar style. He wouldn't dress up in a super expensive suit. He'd go with a blue collar, and the moment he sees something he doesn't like, he'll call it out. Because Crowder will call people up to the plate to go batting. He called Ted Cruz to the plate. He's called I'm Patch McCain, Dan Crenshaw to the plate. Dan Crenshaw will not go on Crowder anymore. He's more than happy to take some selfies with Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, well,
he's more than happy to do that with all those guys. He won't go anywhere near Crowder, and Crowder helped him get elected.
Yeah. No, that's a perfectly good. Devil and Dermy, not that Raster, not that you didn't make any good points either, but what you just said, Dermy and Devil, the comparison on how they act, the ass kissing to the elites, and the inability to call people out, even the people on our side. He is calling people out all the damn time, whether it's on the left or the right. It depends on who it is, what your message is, and what it matters for this country. He is perfectly fine with burning a bridge with somebody if it means that person is in the wrong. He's saying, you are wrong. I don't care if you come on my show again or not. I don't care if you promote my show. I don't care if I get any money out of this or not. I'm going to call you out on this because I want for the betterment of this country. And that's the big key that I was pointing out on both of the streams prior to this, that I do truly believe. Tina, who was on here earlier, she disagrees. And I said also on the Legion Memer stream, it's perfectly fine to disagree. We can have a discussion about it at least. But I do believe, not just because I want to, because I'm a Crowder fan, but I do believe he is more altruistic. Does that mean that there isn't consideration of money involved? Of course it is. It is still business. Money needs to be a consideration. But I think more than anything else, he wants to do it for the cause for this country. But that's my belief. And I want to believe it, but
I believe that too. And I don't want to come off as a Crowder simp, but throughout the past several years, the only person at the Daily Wire I can sit down and actually enjoy listening to is Michael Knowles. And even then, Michael Knowles is just like a more washed up and maybe a little dirtier version than Ben Shapiro. Maybe he says some things that aren't so politically correct and pushes back against Ben Shapiro and stuff, but it just feels so specific that Jeremy Boring in their video come out and say, we've had strikes, we've had suspensions, we've had channels demonetized and things like that. When? I've never seen it. Did you guys get pushed off of Facebook all of a sudden? I've never seen that. Did you guys get in trouble with YouTube? Because if you did, we'd be hearing about it everywhere because you know damn freaking well. Nick Rekieta came out and even said it. If one of their channels were attacked, demonetized, or whatever, they would be pushing DW Plus like nothing else. It would be every single ad. DW Plus, DW Plus, DW Plus.
And it's the worst thing to have Candace Owen come out as your little pit bull attacking with her record, with her doxing website. Yeah. And she's seen there when in her video, she's all like, oh, people are trying to just get a steak once a week and stuff. And it's like they pointed out, she's sitting there in like a real expensive dress, her hair did, her makeup. I'm all like, and you're calling him snobby? You're calling him elite, the guy who goes on in pants and a shirt, and here you are, probably went through an hour of makeup and hair before you got on screen, and you're calling, oh god.
Yeah, and not to mention that they all are basically serve Boring, the guy that owns the place, and in their own studios. And another thing is that someone keeps it's like the elephant in the room. I was like, right before Kanye did his thing on Tim Pool and all that kind of stuff and went off the deep end, which I mean he's been on that for a while, but you've been hanging out with this dude enough and everything backstage and everything where y'all been like t-shirt buddies and stuff. And so that tells me right there and everything that y'all don't just do shows, you're not doing necessarily a show together. Y'all are actually real life friends with each other. And you mean to tell me that he's been saying all this anti-Semitic stuff and going off and talking all this wazoo stuff and everything? Either that's all that Kanye's saying is a bunch of junk or whatever, and he's just doing it for to get attention, or either he's been saying that same stuff in front of her and she's basically buying into it. And the thing is that he's been called out on it and she's now getting, I mean, it's kind of like you just got swept underneath the rug. No one says a thing about her having associations with him. And she just basically gets a jail out of free card, and that's what kills me is that she's basically used when she's useful, and I think that she is into it. She knows this. She knows that's part of the grift. Is that I know that I can exploit this, and I have that protection, and I can make money from it. So I'm okay with Daily Wire using me like that.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I want to acknowledge my friend Robert Dyer. Welcome to the channel, bud. He's a great man, good Army vet himself. Welcome. And everyone needs to encourage Robert Thumper. Come on the stream, bud. You need to come on the show.
Get on here. You can be entertained by people like me.
Yes.
Oh God.
Follow Dermy Wermy. And the giant black man that was just on screen.
No, that's Disa. That's Disa.
And Disa. And welcome Gap After Dark.
Yeah.
All right, now it's a party in here, yo, Bubba.
There was something I was about to say and I forgot what it was. God fucking damn it! It was on the point.
Tell you what it was.
Keep going, and it might come back to me.
You know, yeah, a lot of.
I am talking scorched earth, motherfucker. I will massacre you. I will fuck you up.
Right, Dermy?
Yeah. Why do you keep on gotta show me in my mornings?
They keep bringing up also that he had the stop the con beforehand, and they're all, see, he already had it. That means he was planning this. No, he could have just got that because it's a damn good cover for a web address. Stop the con, and he could have used it during the election. You know, we have been having problems with those. It's a good, get the website while you still can. Grab that domain. He might not have got it to use it here. It might have just fit so well. So
he got
that's
it.
Not an argument.
He got it in December, but like I pointed out on the meme stream, in Crowder's initial video, he said there are more than just this company here that he did not name. He said there are more out there. It's not just about Daily Wire. There are other companies out there. I was pointing out, hey, it could be TPUSA because they were talking about young talent, more young talent, the next generation. I thought, hey, TPUSA is involved with colleges. You got something there. It could be Breitbart. It could be, trying to think of the people that are in California. They hired that young, formerly social justice warrior black girl who's now on the right herself.
Oh, you're talking about PragerU.
PragerU could be, it could have been PragerU for all we know. It could have been anybody. I didn't know that it was Daily Wire. I said, hey, it possibly could be PragerU, Breitbart, TPUSA. Hell, it could have been even Fox.
Yeah.
We didn't know.
The only thing I have, I really can't stand about these organizations is that they sit there and talk about like how Democrats toe the line on certain things, and they do the exact same thing, and that's what irritates me. Is that there's very little libertarian voice in this, and I think that, and quite honestly, most of the people that actually do, because I think everybody is always like, it's talking about Democrats versus Republicans and all that kind of stuff. And that's kind of your normie talk or whatever. But if really everybody really sat down and really analyzed what their beliefs are, they probably would find that a majority of Republicans are actually libertarian and that they just want to be left the F alone and that they just want to be able to have the rights that were actually given to them by the Constitution. And really don't care about if you want to dance around in a damn dress or not. We don't give a shit. We really don't. And you know what? If you're a cool person, you treat me right and everything, guess what? I'm okay by you. But at the same time, like people like Knowles, for example, I know something like you said earlier that a lot of people like him. He's actually one in particular that kind of gets on my nerves. And I'll say why. Okay. First of all, I can't stand Ted Cruz and everything, but they're like buddies or whatever. And they do a show called The Verdict. And one thing I can't stand is that he's like to me, it almost seems like the ultimate like caricature of what like the left probably thinks that a person on the right should be. And what I mean by that is that it basically every time he talks about women, he's like, we joke on this, this stream and other and off about and on Twitter and stuff like that. But that's a joke. The man's literally serious where he basically wants women barefoot in the kitchen. And tells us now how women should be and what their role should be and everything. Dude, shut the hell up. I mean, really, honestly, this whole thing where you're making the whole religious-based argument is what is hurting your base, really, honestly. When you come about stuff with abortion and all that kind of stuff and everything, making a religious-based argument is going to be the sure way to shut down a leftist from even listening to you if they were even open to listen to you in the first place.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, this whole thing where you have people on there that are making these arguments from the old, like, your old style conservative or whatever, that day that needs to phase out. I'm sorry, people like Crowder and everything. Who, I mean, yes, he is religious, but one thing I do appreciate about him is that he makes a very good nuanced argument and provides sources. And I mean, case in point, we did joke, but they have Dave Landau is actually a perfect person to be second chair, because he is
and a great film.
Yeah. And because honestly, I watch a lot because of Dave. Dave, I feel like I relate to him probably more than anything, humor wise, but also that I believe that he is at a core what your normal average libertarian actually is, whether he says it or not.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Crowder, like you said, he is religious. He is, he believes, but he doesn't have to use that in his arguments.
No,
it's not it's not his first go-to thing on anything. He's all, no, I have to come up with the science. I have to come up with the data to back up what I'm saying. I'm not going to sit here and just say God's against it, so why are you for it? Yeah, I agree. And like you said, we have to, you're talking about how with libertarians and stuff, I agree that there are a lot of people who are probably libertarians who don't know they're libertarians. I don't know if I'm a libertarian. I think I'm more just amalgam of a bunch of different stuff. But
well, you are the devil.
Well, yeah. But
so basically, he's a Democrat.
Yes.
No, the Democrat,
or at least registered as so.
You caught me, darn it.
He lives in California. He's the devil. So
yeah,
like,
okay.
but going back to like with like where I've never been one to like necessarily like I am never going to worship any online icon or anything like that. I am actually, the more I see people and everything doing that type of hero worship, the more I get turned off on them. Call me like, that's my problem with authority. But when it comes to Crowder, where he really gained my respect was actually during the 2020 election. With the whole like funny games going on with voter registration, that guy really put a lot on the line when he did that. And going out to where he says, okay, this person said they're registered at this address and it's an empty parking lot. I mean, and this is when they were threatening to shut down channels and stuff.
Yeah. He found that, and I like pointing this out, a contributor to, I'm trying to think of her name, Clinton's campaign.
Yeah.
Somebody who helped on the Clinton's campaign in I think it was Arizona or Nevada, one of the two, who is MIA. Like, we do not know where she is. She has a place over in the Great Britain, voted in 2022.
Yeah.
We don't know where she is or what happened to her.
And
Crowder
she was
found
caught
that
on video, and she was caught on video doing some nefarious stuff as well, and he provided that.
She voted twice.
Right. And the thing about with Crowder, during this time, this is where you were hearing like, okay, you ever notice that after that, everybody was kind of like, okay, all right, we're not saying that there was any kind of like, True. Any kind of funny business and everything. Ben Shapiro was like, all for like, okay, no, it was a good election. They just had a bad game, whatever. Okay. But the thing is that Crowder said, no, hang on. This was some funny business or whatever, but I'm not saying that it would have been enough to overturn the election. But here's a problem that we really need to address. And this is very serious because this stuff does not happen in other Western countries like it does over here. And he also went on further to say that, like, while this was going on, he was actually calling for like I think it was like the Board of Elections in Arizona, stuff like that, about why was this person not taking off the voter rolls and everything. And he actually called the address and everything and provided those phone recordings. And that, considering what that man's been through, and you take that in context about what's going on with the contracts, shit, I would probably be recording my conversations too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's he even said in the second video when he presented the recording, he even said he's only done this 3 times, and it's always for big business calls. Now, yes, it's a friend of his. Big tech, big business. Now, if you want to go ahead and assume maybe he's lying, okay, you can assume that. But I still want to take his word for it. Again, I want him to be altruistic and all this, but I do believe him that this is a business call. Okay, everyone who wants to keep on attacking and saying that's bullshit that he made a recording, I'm sorry, it's a business call. Again, I got my opinion. You can have yours. We can have an even argument on this or even discussion. But I do also want to hit Robert. Nowadays, Republicans, they're actually Democrats. It goes with the Bongino thing that I said before, that there are so many Republicans out there who are actually Democrats. We call them rhinos, but there are no Democrats who are actually Republicans. That's a fucking truth.
Window.
And real quick, I am very concerned about when stuff like this happens with the Daily Wire. Again, I'm not trying to make any assumptions, but I am worried that people who are making business calls or business decisions, is what's happening with Daily Wire, that there is actually these rhino Republicans who are actually Democrats who are just trying to fuck things up for conservative Republicans.
I mean, you look at someone like Liz Cheney, for example, and Mitt Romney. Oh my God, you couldn't see him with a bigger plant than that. But one of the things that really going to that, that was a great comment there, Robert. One of the things that I find really strongly irritating here is I just wish these people now would just be open and transparent and everything about it was what side you're on. That's kind of a very, I guess it's very vague to say that and everything, but I wish people now they would be a little more transparent about their backgrounds on how they are and everything. Crowder pretty much is he what he is what you get and everything. Someone like Candace is not. I'll sit here and say for myself, I can tell you who I voted for in 2008. Not proud of it. I voted for Obama. I really did, and that was, and I will explain why, and I can be honest about that. I was. Yeah,
I don't. Hey,
sorry. Go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead.
I don't care. I was in for Obama.
Yeah, I was in my 20s, and I can tell you my mindset. I was fresh out of the military, didn't have a dime to my name. I didn't know what was going to happen, and here comes this guy and everything that says all these things. You're in your 20s. Anybody is in your 20s in the audience and everything. Some people are smarter than others. Guess what? I was dumb as a sack of shit. And when it comes to some nuanced decisions and everything, dealing with politics and whatnot, and all I was thinking about was myself. And I can admit that. I could sit there and say that I made that mistake. I was making a selfish decision, and I was hoping for daddy government and everything to maybe give me an olive branch and everything to make it better, because it wasn't doing me any favors. I was fresh out of service. So this was going on, and then I actually worked hard, got a job, and then I realized that I was working hard in this job or whatever, and working my way up, and then taking ownership of my actions, and actually, not looking for others and anything to save me. I had to save myself, and once I did that, I started developing more of a conservative mentality, and then as that went along, I started having actually empathy. Now, what I mean by empathy is that I tried to be a little open-minded, and that's what led me to being a
supporter.
No. I mean, more so. What I mean is with empathy, as I mean that there are other opinions, and that being mostly sometimes with a conservative, I think that it kind of leans to making a more religious-based argument, and I think that at the end of the day, I just want the people that I live with to have the same rights as I do. And I think that's the core of being a libertarian, is that you have your Second Amendment rights. You have your First Amendment rights. Is that when you're on Twitter, for example, if I would have saw the same thing with Eliza and Venti, we're going back on our conversation earlier, is that I don't care if you're completely on the different side of political spectrum as me or whatever. I do not celebrate when you get canceled because you disagreed with somebody at some point in time. I believe that you should be able to make that argument and be a complete dickhead or whatever, as long as as long as you don't break the law, basically. And I think that that's something that that drive me from that point. And I just wish that the pundits out there would be that transparent about the way they think or whatever. I think everybody's political opinion is based off of life experiences, and I think everybody has a right to that, and it doesn't make them bad or worse or whatever. However, when people just buy into an ideology, that's where it goes wrong, and that's where I see real evil. And I believe that a lot of your leftists are like that, and that's where I kind of draw my line there. If that makes any sense?
Yeah. So what you're saying is you became more conservative after you had to start paying taxes on your artisan pickle.
Exactly. Now the thing is that I started getting more like what drove me away from being a conservative is hearing religious-based arguments.
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting there thinking, well, I have a friend that's not a Christian, but he's a good person. But how can I expect to make my opinion?
You can use a religious based argument just without using religion. Like there's ways to do it. There's ways to do it smart and do it clever.
Well, then that's not a religious based argument. That's basically just using facts and logic.
Yeah.
Yeah, religious-based arguments. Essentially, God is against it.
I could sit there and articulate and everything. I think that I joke around a lot and everything, and being the evil person I am. I am a bad person. I am a monster. I acknowledge that. You can't hurt me.
No, well, I know. I know.
See, I know. Please.
I am talking scorched earth, motherfucker. I will.
Exactly, that's me. Just put my face on that next time. But the thing is that and I lost my train of thought. Okay, with the whole thing with applying some type of moral arguments or something like that, I believe that there is some sort of compromise. And when someone sits there and says, human life begins at conception, yada 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 yada, and then you have another person that, like in New Jersey, for example, and everything, they can abort a baby up to the day of birth. I'm like, okay, we got two extremes here, and they're all basing off. One is like completely like basically devil worship, for God's sakes, and anything but. Then the other one is basically strong diehard Bible thumping. Now, personally, I probably would say yes, it is at conception. But the thing is, though, if you're going to sit there and make policy, I'm probably going to sit there and say that when you say you make a heartbeat bill, that's pretty reasonable in my opinion.
I'm fine with a heartbeat bill.
What's wrong with devil worship?
Well,
just saying.
No, you want devil made me do it worship.
Yes.
Yeah, you just want a write off. But yeah, I mean, it's just that the thing is that when I start seeing stuff like Knowles and people like a lot of people on Daily Wire, is that they get caught up into this whole thing of like this what I believe is completely right, and you're just a nut job for anything else but that, and they'll never ever sit there and say. They always say it starts at conception, no doubts and no question to it. Me, I'm like. That's my belief. That's my personal choice. But when it comes to actually making policy that you're going to make over a whole population that has different like religious beliefs and whatnot, how about you just make it, heartbeat bill? It's hard to, it's hard to sit there and have somebody say, yeah, but my female rights and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, come on now, heartbeat bill. That's pretty reasonable.
The problem with doing stuff. Trying to base any policy or anything on religious, is not everyone's going to agree with your religion. So how's it any different with somebody who, in the Middle East, who's willing to kill someone to force them to believe their religion. How's that any different than you forcing someone to live by a law that you are determining on your religious beliefs? You're still forcing them into your ideas. Not everyone's going to agree. And
exactly.
So I don't like religious.
I think entering an argument based off of religious belief, or even to the point of having like, you know, a hard line on your beliefs or whatever, is yes, from Deep South. Yes.
Oh yeah, Raster's wife is actually his cousin and his sister.
No.
I had to think about this. It's like Lord of the Game of Thrones.
Your wife is both your cousin and
you went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
So the thing is that you have, I'm trying to put this in the best terms I can think of. We're coming from an angle now where I think a lot of these pundits and everything are not having any kind of compromise, and I think that is what actually hurts a lot of conservatives and everything about making hardline religious arguments, is that it's kind of like self-sabotage. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not talking about like in Congress, oh my God, Republicans compromise too much. I'm talking about like making a actual argument that you're going to take to the table to make to the general population. Because if you come off as somebody and everything that's basically this hardcore conservative Bible thumper, you're going to turn off a lot of people. And Crowder managed to somehow have this delicate balance of being able to be like, yes, I am very religious. Yes, I did this, whatever. But he basically walked. I think he said that his wife is the only person he's ever been with, and he actually did abstinence or whatever, I want to say. And he swears up and down about that.
He wasn't a virgin. They just held off on having sex until they were married. His current
but also,
wife.
Okay.
Remember when it, like, the famous video of Crowder is him sitting down with Amy Schumer, taking Amy Schumer to task. Also, you have to. That man has to have basically no smell, because that was disgusting.
What?
I'm talking about Amy
What's
Schumer.
with you and
like
people's
that.
smells?
Yeah,
because I really have an issue with smells. Like, if I can smell you from a mile away, I don't want to be anywhere near you.
Dermy Wermy just walks down the street looking at random girls, going, "I can smell you."
Yeah, no. If I can smell you from a mile away, there's something wrong.
He has a super power, super smell. He's a super sinner.
I legitimately do.
Hunter's Law.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
That doesn't fit. I don't care. I just want to play it.
I know. I know I'm an idiot.
But that's my irritation with the right, is that they self-sabotage themselves way too much. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, y'all harp on some weird shit.
Remember Lindsey Graham?
Prior
to the election,
that was a dumb move.
What bill did he bring to the fucking table?
I actually called that out. I called that out. I think it was like political bunny or whatever.
It was a political suicide. He knew what he was doing. There was not what I'm a religious guy at my core, similar to Crowder. As much as I would love a nationwide abortion ban, I cannot do that to people. I cannot force that onto people, because people in California don't agree with me whatsoever. That's why I like the idea of state by state. Free market. Hey, federalism. Lindsey Graham brought that to the table to sabotage us.
Yeah.
To sabotage everything. That is the stupidest thing I have ever seen. When it comes to Crowder, though, and we started harping on this a little bit, and his ideas of how he talks and how he changes his mind, can walk the walk. His "change my mind" is so impactful to the world, to the point that Destiny's now doing "change my minds." Destiny's going to college to have these arguments, doing them all constantly. And I was having a discussion with somebody a few months back saying, this is literally, you harp on Crowder for doing this stuff, yet you're doing it yourself now. Shows kind of Crowder's cultural impact. And I had somebody coming at me going like, well, when Crowder does it, he only shows off the dumb people. And it's like, maybe those are the only people willing to come up to his table and have a discussion.
No, he actually doesn't. He that's not that's not true. He actually does bring people onto at the table, whatever that actually tries to make articulate decision. I mean, articulate argument. He actually does have good people on there a lot of times. Now, the B-roll that he shows has your really stupid people on there, but that's just the B-roll. The actual meat and potatoes of a lot of what he's doing, and some of his better content is actually when he does bring someone that's reasonable to sit down and talk at the table.
Yeah, and especially because a lot of what he does is after the fact, he'll come on the show and he'll tell you this is how you present a good argument, because he wants to show the challenge, because he's a fucking excellent debater and he uses the Socratic method, and so he uses that as a learning experience for his audience, for us to see that this is how you have a discussion with people who you disagree with, and he shows it perfectly because he doesn't argue, he doesn't get upset. He uses the Socratic method and just breaks things down, and it works. I mean, who knows? Maybe if there's ever been a time that he has been one-upped. I know there has been times where, at least in the conversation, he'll say, okay, well, we can agree to disagree because it is a balanced discussion. But yeah, he doesn't just show the dumbasses. He shows some pretty damn reasonable discussions with those.
One of the things that I find really interesting about him is that, well, this is something that I think that it saying something like we can agree to disagree is a perfectly okay to say, because we at no point in any conversation or any debate do you have to like give ground to, or something, because somebody might have. You're allowed to have a personal belief. Everyone is allowed to have that, and that's where I believe that a lot of people get wrong these days. Like, and we see this on Twitter a lot. This is almost really illustrated a whole lot on Twitter, is that you can have a conversation with somebody and say something, and they get overly offended by it because you will not concede any ground or whatever what they say. And I'm like, no, I don't have to agree with you, but we can agree to disagree, and that's okay. We can be civil about this. It's okay. That's why we have different parties and different beliefs and stuff like that. But people, with the left, it irritates me because it's like you have to agree with everything I say, or you're a bigot, or istophobe, or whatnot. And with the right, it's like, if you don't agree with me, you're a heathen.
Again, it's another Bongino rule. We see them as people with bad ideas. They see us as bad people with ideas.
Exactly. Yep. And that's fine. It's like, I mean, everybody is allowed to have bad ideas. It's just that at the point and everything, just don't stop other people and everything from trying to convey their ideas. That's always been my biggest hang up. I'm always going to be against the side that keeps other people from saying their ideas, no matter how heinous it could be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. How about this? Anybody else got a fun thing to go over, or should we start wrapping up? Because I feel like this is a pretty serious conversation. I want to end on something light, enlightened, but I don't know what.
Well, I got something.
Dermy.
No, I got something.
What do you got?
I'm sharing it now. So today is the 20th. This came out. Well, now, actually, yeah, today's the 21st. This came out yesterday, and it went over all of our heads, apparently. And actually, I'm going to do something real quick just to make sure that nothing else is shown. The Lord of the Rings, Rings of Prime put something out.
Well, I got to go full screen to see this.
The past is dead. We either move forward or we die with it. Hashtag the Rings of Power.
So is that their way of saying that forget about this whole last season just happened?
Season? Yeah.
No, this is
the entire show.
Forget about Lord of the Rings. Forget about Tolkien. Forget about everything else. The Rings of Power is what matters now.
Oh, I remember why our franchise tried that. I think they did that in Star Wars, where I think that was basically inserted in by Kylo when he said, "The past, you must kill it." Yeah.
Yeah, and then they literally killed our favorite characters, every fucking one of them.
Yeah, God.
Man, that went so well, but yeah, Nerdrotic, come here. He that breaks a thing to find out what it is has left the path of wisdom. Hashtag respect for Tolkien. I'm pretty sure this is going to end up ratioing our good. Oh, they've already been ratioed. No, they haven't been ratioed yet. But this will end up being ratioed to hell.
Yeah.
2,000 likes, 261 retweets, 52 quote tweets, and we are going to see this get ratioed. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
It is going to be fun.
Yeah, they just...
Thanks, Clint. You're right. That's not a very upbeat story, but it's still a little bit more upbeat than all this
hey,
abortion talk we were just having.
we could talk about Nick Rekieta, I guess. I don't know. Nothing's really going on.
No, we don't have to force anything. I just felt like it'd be nice to go on something, change the pace a little bit before we close out. But I don't know where else to go with it, guys.
Here,
what you guys got? I need a soundboard so bad. I want that. What the hell is even that?
Voice mod. Get voice mod. Get all you have to do is pay $30 for a lifetime license for the app, and you can just do it. That's how I do. Let me make sure I'm still on that audio system. Yes, I am. That's how I do things.
Oh my God! Who the hell cares?
Fuck off.
I love that. Keep that.
I don't use this very. What the? Oh my God! Who the hell cares?
Yes.
Oh my God! Who the hell cares?
Super simple to use. A lot of these I had to put on myself and had to edit to get myself, but I love it. I love it.
Wait,
I love it. $30.
I get. Is Rekieta's drinking on Flash? What, right now?
Yeah.
Or is it something that happened?
Flashcast, I guess, came back today. I didn't see a certain you-know-who on Flashcast when I was simul-streaming it on this stream. Let me double-check. Yeah. I don't see a certain bad take dude.
Interesting.
I think that he's still banned.
Do you think that? So you think Mr. Bad Take and Mr. Flash are officially done with each other for good?
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say there was discussions about, oh no, they made up. Oh no, they made up. He's gonna be back on and everything. I don't think they did. I haven't seen. Can't get into
what we have here is a failure to communicate. You're right, Robert. Sorry, go ahead, Dermy.
We haven't seen Lofty in a certain groups for a little while, and off doing his own thing.
Yeah, a certain chat that we're all part of, and Mr. Lofty is too, has not made an appearance since January 1st. He might have been on January 2nd, and we never saw him again.
I think Flash might make up with Lofty, but I don't think he's going to have him on his stream again. I think I think he Lofty burnt that bridge pretty bad.
Yeah. Flash.
Yeah. Flash.
Raster.
Yep.
Hi.
And then you're off.
Later, Gap.
No more bets for you.
Gap after everything's come by, buddy. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. I think it's we're definitely not going to go till 2 in the morning like we did last Saturday. You know,
we could, but
that was fun. Yeah, I'm so fucking beat that I don't even realize my mic is on.
You've been beating off.
I've been.
You've been beating the ducks over there, buddy. You know what? You know what would happen? Alf will magically appear in the call right now and then you're gonna be like, oh yeah, let's keep going.
Amazing. Yeah, Rogue showed up out of nowhere at 1 in the morning my time, and the next thing you know, He's giving us fucking all kinds of advice on YouTube and talking this and talking that, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, he tells us he has to be up in 2 hours.
Let's be fair.
Why were you here?
He didn't show up out of the middle of nowhere. I'll be honest.
I
may or may not have antagonized him to get his ass on here, and then when he finally said, "I need to go, guys. Why did I even come on here?" and I may or may not have yelled, "Who the fuck even invited you on here? Get the fuck off!" That may or may not have happened. I love you, Rogue. If you're out there, I'm sorry if I came off as a dick. I was doing it.
Rogue Entertainment. You need to come on as an official guest sometime, buddy. That was that was unfair. That was
it was unfair, and I felt bad because immediately after I did it, he walked off, and I was like, "Oh my god, I feel like he took that serious."
No.
I was being a jackass to get him on here, and then when he was leaving, I was being an even bigger jackass.
Well, when I left last week, oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Oh, when I left last week, it was because I literally that whole day hadn't eaten a single thing. I got up about 2 hours before the Saturday stream with the Legion, and I just never got an opportunity to eat. So I was like, I'm gonna go eat, especially because they're gonna. So then I put you guys on. And I'm sitting there watching them all like they're gonna stop soon, I'm sure. And then it's like hella late. I'm all like, they're never gonna stop. Yeah,
I was ready to stop after 2 hours, but then I started asking. Everybody's like, "Well, it's your stream." I'm like, "Well, it sounds like everybody wants to stay on, so I guess we'll stay on." And we went for 4 fucking hours till 2 in.
Yeah, but it was still good. It was like I said, I liked listening to you guys. So I was sitting there eating my one meal of the day, going, "Hey, this is good."
Yeah, it's not saying much because my channel's still so damn new, but I had double the hours on that one video.
Guess what's trending on Twitter right now?
What?
Free Britney Venti.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
hey, good job, everybody. We did it.
Till Elon sees it, then.
Free. I may or may not be joining in on that.
I'm just going to go ahead and take credit. That was because of us.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely because of
Good
us.
job.
And definitely not because Flashcast is on right now and they have a bigger audience.
Yeah, they might have something to do with it. Okay, let's wrap it up. Devil made me do it. What's where can everybody find you, and how's your night been?
I'm Devil Made Me Do It, Nalik3 on the Twitter. I'm here when they need me, and I'm on the Saturday stream with the Legion of Memers most of the time. Otherwise, I don't do too much on the internet, so you can get my memes on Friday Night Tides and a lot of the other shows.
Hell yeah. Raster Caster. The evil,
Hello.
the dark one.
Yes, I am Raster. I am on Raster Caster at Real Raster on Twitter, and I am an exclusive guest on this particular Skinemax stream. And hope to see y'all next time. And see you on Twitter, see you around, and maybe I'll be up in your DMs. No, I'm just kidding.
You're always
way up in there.
DMs.
I'm also
way up in there.
I got news for you.
Dermy Wermy.
Oh,
Say
hi.
words.
Sorry, I was doing stuff. Hello, guys.
Butt
I'm
stuff.
Dermy Wermy. Yeah, butt stuff, tons of it. Tomorrow, usually Sundays. Be honest, I don't do anything on Sundays. I might be on a stream here or there eventually, but Sundays I usually just make my videos for the next day. Call it quits. Monday we'll have my 3 videos a day, starting off with episode 2 of The Last of Us review. Maybe it'll be okay again. Maybe I doubt it's gonna be that crap. Tuesday, then Monday night I will be on Mellow Mondays over on the Renaissance Nerd. Tuesday, nothing planned. Wednesday I'll be on Anime Odyssey again with Renaissance Nerd, and we'll be talking the state of Gundam and how Witch of Mercury might have impacted it, and is it good or is it bad? Don't know. I think it's good. Then videos again Thursday. Friday will be live stream and go on from there.
Excellent. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for being our punchy bag, Mr. Raster, Mr. Devil Made Me Do It. Everyone else who's on the stream earlier and had to take off. All their links, their Twitters, their YouTubes, it's all down in the description of this video. Go check them out. Go subscribe to them. As it says in there, spread your love all over them because they're wonderful people. They deserve your love all over them.
On their face.
On their face, on their chest, in their butt, everywhere. Anyways, I am Soldier Spirit, your host with the most. I don't know if that's probably the one last time I'll only ever say that. Do not forget, Vets Talking Tuesday. This is what I really want to get at. 7:45 every Tuesday, 7:45 Eastern. We will have Hollywood Scholar on next week, and the week after that, on the 31st, the one, the only Comics Division will be on 7:45 here at Vets Talking on Vets Talking Tuesday. And we're going to do this every single Saturday, 10 o'clock Eastern, Skinemax Saturday. Double tap the like button and the subscribe, share the video out there, let everybody know, because this isn't just for veterans, this is for everybody. Just don't be butthurt. You've been warned, and America, fuck yeah. Have a great night.
Oh God!